Been a minute since I've done one of these. The like podcast style things. It's been a minute.
This is just where we talk.
I've never been part of anything like this, so.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to TokuTalk. I am your host, Dev Synchro. This is TokuNexo. This is TokuTalk, our podcast style stream where we talk about anything and everything geek, but focusing a little bit on tokusatsu because that's what we're all about here on TokuNexo. Like I said, I am your host, Dev Synchro. We are joined by Ecliptor. We are joined by Artemis. We are joined by Squirrel Cakes, who... Yeah. Who
wonderful.
Lovely. Excellent. So
we know who the bad boy is.
I know. setting the mood. So we actually have done TokuTalk before and it was a lot of fun. It's honestly just us kind of geeking out about the things we love. But we get into like specific, the categories allow us to get into like specifics. That way we're like not just, you know, bloviating, where we're focused in. But we haven't done it in quite some time. We haven't done it
in years.
In years, honestly. And a lot has changed since then, not just, you know, in the world, not just in our personal lives, but in TokuNexo as well. Please bear with us. This is going to be a regular thing. We won't be able to do it next week just because of personal stuff, but starting the week after, we will be regular on Toku Tuesdays. TokuTalk will take place. And it's going to be about 2 to 3 hours. We're going to the sweet middle obviously is like 2.5 hours. And then we are going to have like breaks in the middle. And like I said, we're going to have topics, we're going to have categories, we're going to have segments and what have you. But we will develop that as we go along. So because this is kind of the revival, this is kind of the first episode of TokuTalk, I thought it would be beneficial for everyone watching, wherever you're watching the stream, and those on YouTube, which we will be posting this like straight up, no editing, just full send. We'll cut out like the beginning and the end, but that you get the whole enchilada. We might add some music, but that's pretty much it. It would be beneficial for you guys to get to know us. This is actually kind of our staple VC crew. This is kind of the people that hang out in the VC with us most of the time. So this is probably going to be the faces you will see most of the time we do this. Sure. And we are in the process of hopefully getting a couple of guests for interviews, possibly, maybe, hopefully, you know. So that when we do those, it will be reduced to like 1 or 2 people depending on who we're interviewing. So anyway, it would be we're just gonna take a quick like 5 minutes to introduce ourselves. I guess I'll start. I am Dev Synchro. My real name is Ben. You don't have to say your real names if you guys don't want to. But yeah, I have been kind of a performer pretty much my whole life. I've been singing since I was 5 years old. I was in theater. So this is kind of up in my alley. And in 2019, I don't know what happened. It kind of just dawned on me that I needed a creative outlet, and it just so happens I was already on TikTok, following a friend that I knew from high school, just kind of seeing where she was going because she was on TikTok with a pretty big following. So I definitely wanted to see, and then kind of just happened naturally, one audio after another. I got my Harry Potter uniform, and that's started my path along with Hogwarts professor. And then I started going on conventions and I started meeting these amazing people in the tokusatsu community. And and that's what sparked TokuNexo, which was just an OC tag for tokusatsu, and I didn't expect anything from it. I honestly just expected me and like 3 friends to do it, and then it just kind of blew up, which is how I met these guys. And we what's up, Jezzer? Welcome to the stream. Maybe but yeah, it's just been a crazy adventure. We've been through ups and downs, and I wouldn't say family, but these guys are really good friends. We are actually planning to meet up in next year for the biggest convention in the tokusatsu community, PMC. We are going to be there. But yeah, I've hung out with Squirrel. He's cool. He's completely he is not like this. He is not like this in real life. He has the same vibe, but he's definitely not like this. But yeah, I love the color blue. I love anything swords. I am a Kamen Rider Brave guy. I am a Gokai Blue guy. I am a Gyuto Miyoka guy. This shelf honestly represents everything about me. I am an Iron Man fan, Gyuto Miyoka, Zuko, Yusei Fudo. One of my biggest aspects of my personality. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm actually jumping into Vanguard again. I used to play it before. But yeah, I'm an up-and-coming cosplayer. I love the Steelers. I don't know what else there is about me.
The Steelers.
Yeah, I'm just a really big geek. I'm not a deep geek, but I'm a really big geek, as in like I delve into a lot of aspects of the geek community, but I may not like go full send into like making it my whole thing. Except Tokusatsu. Tokusatsu I am committing 100%. So yeah, that's honestly everything about me. There's not
Dev.
Huh?
Quick formatting thing. You want to close that little find something to do thing on Discord there?
Huh?
The little window with the 2 little dudes in the DVC window.
Oh.
Yeah, close that. That way we have just the 4 even.
There we go.
You idiot.
I was like, huh?
It's a nitpick thing.
No. You're fine. No, that's absolutely correct. I was just confused what you were talking about because I was looking at. I was like, anyway.
I got you.
So we are going to go to the second voice of TokuNexo. We are going to go to Ecliptor.
All right. Well, fine. All right. Go to me next. That's fine. So yeah, I am Ecliptor. You guys can also call me Tyler. It doesn't bother me. I am a father. I am a former athlete, I should say. Playing football, rugby. I ran track. I played basketball. I did wrestling in middle school. I kind of ran the gambit of things you could do on a field or, stick in ball sports and whatnot. I'm also learning things like guitar, drums. From there, it's just been I'm a tokusatsu fan for as long as I can remember. It started with things like Godzilla and Power Rangers, and has since just evolved and branched into all of that. Anime is another big one for my fairy tale fans out here. You know what that is. Yeah, no, I've always been a big fan of that style of filmmaking in general. What I went to school for actually was film and creative writing. So that's been my little spiel on that part. As far as how I got into TokuNexo in particular, I had been on TikTok since like 2018-ish. No, a little longer than that. It was like 2017. I was on it when it was Musically. And then after a little bit, I happened to stumble across the Hogwarts Professor's tag. That led me to stumbling across Dev Synchro's videos, which I followed him for that. Only to find out he's a big old Toku nut, and I went, oh my god, yes please, these are my people. After having gotten to know him a little bit more, we have discovered that he and I are the same person in a different font.
It's crazy.
It's wonderful to see. Yeah, that's my whole spiel. Like outside of anime, WWE, Toku, like my goal is like raising good kids. So, and reading. That's about
Reading. All right, and now we go to the attitude of TokuNexo. We're going to
Artemis.
Squirrel Cakes.
What do you mean me? Artemis has the biggest attitude here.
No. She's the cinnamon bun. You're the attitude.
She's the cinnamon
I
bun
love
that
that.
can kill you. Looks
Yo, what's up, bitches? Right, anyway.
See?
Wow.
Immediately.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Squirrel. You guys can call me anything you want, just not late to dinner. Yeah, I've been in TokuNexo for like 45 years now. They like to bully me because I haven't finished a single writer series yet.
At least he owns it.
Yeah, until we get to like the meat and potatoes.
We
of the
didn't
episode.
even know this. We didn't even know this. He just said it one day. We were just shocked.
And then they always say that I don't finish series, even though I finished like
2.
no more than 2. Fuck you. I finished some Sentais and some Power Rangers. I fucking hate Power Rangers, dude. Power Rangers fucking suck. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't hate Power Rangers. I'm fucking here for a reason.
Yeah.
Background, I was in the competitive scene for Super Smash Brothers for a few years, and then the game just kind of sucks. So I left. I like to make fun of Artemis a lot. And
Yeah. That tracks.
we just be here gaming, dude. And we're talking about Kamen Rider and shit. I don't know what else to say. Let me be real.
He also plays
Evan
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Duhaney, if you're watching, all right. Oh yeah, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. I play Grand Archive, Final Fantasy,
League,
I play League of Legends, sadly.
Roblox.
Roblox, Minecraft, if anyone's trying to put their Minecraft bed next to mine, And I'm the biggest fucking Sonic nerd you'll ever meet. Fuck whatever Christopher King 445 says.
I would also
Wild.
I would like to take this time to remind everyone that this is an 18 plus stream.
Yeah, 18 plus.
If it wasn't obvious,
If
already.
it wasn't obvious yet.
Christopher King 445, fuck you. I'm the biggest Sonic fan here, dude. You're a faker.
Oh, I need to look
Anyway.
into YouTube's.
We gotta see if he's on YouTube, bro.
No. I need to see how much cussing are real out on YouTube.
As long as it's not within the first 30 seconds, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We're good.
And yeah, that's it.
Cool. And last but not least for today, we'll have other people introducing themselves. We have our newbie, Artemis.
Hi. My name is Artemis. My actual name is Kaylee, but everyone here seems to either call me Artemis or Artie, or in Ecliptor's case, Cinnamon Bun for whatever reason.
We're stupid.
Boon.
Don't be a cinnamon bun. You won't be called a cinnamon bun.
Boon.
Hey, anyways, I
That's right.
am a dog mom to 2 fluffy dogs, and I know next to nothing about Power Rangers or any of that stuff. I just happened to come across their stream one day, and the rest is history. So, that's me.
You're welcome.
She's also a horse girl.
Oh, yeah, horse girly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has like 10 books about horses, one about
It was more than 10. One of them was an entire fucking almanac about horses.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like
see.
one or two were about unicorns, and then she added
She
one.
was, I was about to say she was also a barrel racer.
She was a barrel racer. Yep.
That's her thing.
There you go. All right. So those are the faces that you'll probably see the most of. These beautiful 4 faces and that lump of hair at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, so these are the guys that you will be seeing a lot on TokuTalk. So we're actually gonna jump into what I'm calling, and it's a name in progress, behind the morphing grid, because these guys are also part of the Power Rangers TTRPG that we're doing on streams every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know where. Y'all know how to get there. We are doing we are actually in the middle of our second campaign called Metallic Swarm. We are playing Power. For those of you that don't know, this is where we do Dungeons and Dragons, but as Power Rangers. We're not paladins. We're not elves. We're not warlocks or knights or fighters or monks or anything like that. Though there's hints of it. There's flavors of it in each in the game. So if you ever get into the game, you'll kind of see it as you play along. For those of you that don't know, I play Shindo, Joseph, aka Shindo. I am the blue Dragonfly Ranger. Artemis is Cassie, the pink Butterfly Ranger.
Yeah.
Squirrel is Dean, our green Mantis Ranger.
White Mantis.
White Mantis, sorry. And Ecliptor is
Be nice.
our DM and plays like all of the NPCs, but specifically Jackson, our purple scorpion.
I mean, not currently, but
Not
potentially.
currently, but yeah.
Yeah, you are. We know it's Jackson.
Spoilers. No.
Oh no, I know it's Michael.
I mean, at this point, right, I want to give the general spoiler warning of if you haven't seen Metallic Swarm Session 2, this is
Go
where you
fucking watch.
skip ahead. We'll put a little timestamp in the video for you,
Yeah.
I would assume. So you can move on from there. This is your spoiler warning.
I'll put a link to the VOD right here.
Once we get things uploaded, yeah.
So this is kind of just the part where we kind of talk about the session, the campaign so far, the previous session, and this is kind of for those of you that have seen Dimension 20. This is our adventuring academy. Mm-hmm. This is where we kind of talk about the campaign so far, and yesterday is definitely something to talk about, especially about these two, because boy howdy, if you watched High School Musical, eat your heart out. It was some of the most beautiful,
100%.
like emotional, developing that I have seen in Power Rangers. Like, we cut the tension. We cut the tension because with Power Rangers, you get like hints, and then they're slowly like coming together. Like even the real official true pairings, like Jen and Wes, like that was like slowly. There were hints. It was like obvious, but like
the fastest one was Kimberly and Tommy.
Yeah, honestly,
Or
the moment they met, it was just cool.
We were together from the jump.
Oh yeah. So we went the Kimberly Tommy scene, and it was just very interesting to see how it played out. With their personalities. Specifically the way their personalities came into play with how they came together.
It was great.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I couldn't help myself but from singing Every Day from High School Musical 2. It just felt so right.
And then it like killed Ecliptor.
So Artemis, as the newbie, any comments, any questions, anything you want to say about last session, the campaign so far, even though it's only been 2 sessions?
I'm just excited for next week to see what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna say how much can I say? Because I guess there's spoiler alert, but
I mean, unless you already know it's going to happen, like you talked to Ecliptor about it, you can guess whatever you want.
I'm gonna say I'm hoping that everything turns out for the best this next our next session. Cause where he left it, I am mad.
Squirrel dies.
No! Oh, don't do that to me. They just got together and then he's gonna die. That is rude.
I was very explicitly told that I do not have that permission with this character yet.
Yeah, I know.
When it came to Zero, I had express permission repeatedly told to me over and over and over again, you can kill him, you can kill him, you can kill him, you can kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that with Dean. So
for those of you that don't know, Zero was Squirrel's character in our first campaign, Power Rangers Olympia. I don't have the full campaign, but some of the sessions and especially the team up session with Power Rangers Victory Charge is on our YouTube channel. I'll put a link right here to the team up raid.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I am honestly, because he was still poison. He was already poison.
Yeah.
Because when he said, when you told him that he took 1 damage, I was really confused. I was like, did Michael just show up behind him and kill him? But no, he was still poison. It didn't take me long. Squirrel, how do you feel since you were kind of the one? This was honestly a very focused episode for Squirrel. So he took a lot, he learned a lot, he did a lot, and now he's on a table.
You can do that.
It's funny, dude.
You're supposed to.
I'll be honest, that's funny as hell. Because I could die. I could. It's a possibility.
Fine.
Always a
I hope
possibility.
not.
Always a
hope not.
possibility.
I hope not.
I don't know if I could do that to Artemis. I think that would be a little too brutal. Maybe like halfway through the campaign.
She's the only, technically right now, so far, aside from Twigs and RedWolf, she's the only one that hasn't cried yet.
Facts.
Oh, there was parts where I was close.
Oh, I saw her tearing up at the whole horse trail confession thing that happened. She was getting misty.
Yeah.
Aw. Imagine if that's how you guys came together.
Mm-hmm.
I died.
That would be like
For those of you that
no,
don't
not
know,
that part.
they're they're like real dating, not their characters.
They are themselves are actually,
Yeah.
Which is why when they were like, "Oh, can we have our characters?" I was like, "I don't give a fuck."
I don't give a shit. So Squirrel, since you're the one most impacted, where do you think this is gonna go?
I'm gonna fucking die. No, okay. Honestly, at this point, I have no clue because I honestly thought we were gonna confront Michael.
And you were so close. You were
We were
right
so fucking close.
You were at his door.
And Billy fucking ruined it.
What were you going to do?
We were
Laying
going
on
to
the
die
floor,
if we didn't.
puking.
I had 2 health left.
Blood.
You were coughing up blood, my guy.
I had 2 health left.
How often do you think you were going to take a hit? Because almost immediately after the battle, you took a hit.
Yeah, I took damage because of the poison.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying.
We were
You're
already
going to
at
take
his
another
door.
one though.
If I failed the check, yeah.
And you were already downshift
If only I
on most
failed
of
the
your
check.
physical checks. All of your physical checks. So what were you going to do?
Channel my inner power into my dice and roll high.
Yeah, he's gonna channel that power he had when he first met Michael.
If you haven't
session 1.
seen the sessions, including Olympia, I don't know what it is about these dice that he has. Even at disadvantage, he doesn't roll anything lower than 15. and it is irritatingly funny.
Which is why when we go to PMC, I'm taking his ass to a game store and I'm buying him a new set of dice.
Which, by the way, for those of you that
Forgot
don't,
those ones.
yeah, TokuNexo will be taking over. Well, not taking over. Will be invading PMC 2026, and in Pasadena, California, August 28th through the 30th. I think is what it is. It's the last weekend of August, but we will be there. We are already planning it. It is just we're starting planning right now because it's a big leap. It's a big leap for all of us, specifically this one because she's Canadian. So yeah. Ecliptor as go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, no. It actually is the 28th, 29th, and 30th. I was looking at it earlier today.
Cool. Ecliptor as the DM. What are your notes specifically about Artemis? She's the new one. She's the newbie. She has a little bit of experience from TTRPG, as far as I know. But this is her first time kind of jumping into this world.
Yeah. Well, I thought that when we were doing the more emotional side of things, she did fantastic. That was like her bread and butter. Also, I would like to remind everyone, because Artemis takes full advantage of it. You guys can all feel free to message me during the session, like send me a DM real quick. If there's something you wanted to do, something you wanted to accomplish. This goes for my other players too, if you guys end up watching.
Oh, I do it all the time.
But, yeah, no, she was blowing me up the entire session.
Yeah, I saw her hand. I saw her arms moving constantly like this.
Yeah, she was blowing me up for the entire session. But no, other than like just keep doing what you're doing, you're slowly starting to learn the system. The more you learn it, the easier it is. Like the rest of us, we pretty much have it down, right?
Absolutely, sort of.
Yeah, but you guys have like 6 months on me on this system, at least.
I have longer than that, but you know,
that's why at least.
Yeah. But yeah, no, everyone did really good. I really enjoyed everyone kind of getting into their time to jump in and do things. Max got his time to shine yesterday as well a little bit. I would have loved to have gotten him in the fight and actually be able to give him his Insecron, but that'll wait until next session, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm really excited. I get to play with people's emotions again, and I actually find that fun when it comes to these kind of things.
For context, we are in Angel Grove, which is the original setting for Power Rangers in Mighty Morphin. We are in the city, in the school where Mighty Morphin Power Rangers took place. We are the new teenagers with attitude. We are like freshmen, juniors and seniors in high school. And we are a friend group. Brody's kind of new, Maximilian's kind of new. But the rest of us, Maximus, is kind of new. No, Maximilian is actually. It's so funny that he's called Maximilian because literally, earlier the week before, my boss, who's also like a really good friend, just had his son, and his name is Maximilian. So it was just crossing hairs, but yeah. It's very interesting to come back to it. Ecliptor has already brought in the original roster, the whole nine, like not just the original 5, everyone who has been a Mighty Morphin, which also includes Zeo and Turbo, and yeah, it's just been interesting so far. And I, as someone who kind of like took the reins, who felt like he took the reins in the last campaign, as the edgelord, the dramatic one, the leader, the And it kind of just happened that way. We didn't like I wasn't trying to force it. It was just like me playing the character the way I played it. It's it's fun to just like take a step back and kind of watch everyone else kind of do their own thing. Which is honestly what I'm trying, what I'm really looking forward to. But don't worry, I will definitely take my spotlights whenever I want to. Squirrel, where is your head at? Like, what do you have? What do you think about the campaign so far?
So far, the campaign's going really good. As of right now, when it comes to how you said you were the leader in the last campaign, right now we don't even have like a designated leader. We kind of just have whoever calls out the morphing sequence calls out the morphing sequence. And right now, the character development that we're already having by campaign 2 is really large.
Very.
It's fucking
it's
huge.
crazy.
Like the dynamics are already being established, which is crazy.
The amount of plot twists we already had, crazy.
Because I genuinely thought it was Jackson. I was really.
I thought it was Jackson.
I was really gonna be fucking upset. I was like, God fucking damn it.
I kind of figured when Ecliptor was gonna do the thing that I wanted to do. The whole reason this little one down here in the corner on my screen, I don't know where he is on your screen, Dev, but Squirrel, when he had his little crash out on session 1, I'm like, I have a feeling Ecliptor's gonna play with this character way more than just what I wanted to happen.
Here's the funny thing. When I initially came up with the concept of an evil Purple Ranger, it was Jackson from the jump. 100% it was Jackson from the jump.
I figured it would have been, and then all of a sudden...
I saw how Squirrel reacted to Michael. So it was Jackson up until session 1.
Squirrel changed.
I saw how Squirrel reacted, and I went, that's too good to pass up.
See, if you are new to TTRPG, things change in the blink of an eye. Things happen constantly. And if you have a really good DM, even just a decent one, like even like he's not decent. I'm saying like even a decent one. Even a decent one.
That fucking sucks.
No, Ecliptor is fucking great. He's very seasoned. He's clearly he's clearly experienced. He's seasoned. He knows what the hell he's doing. But even a decent one will notice like small little things and then start adding and changing things for like either the next session or just like from there.
There is a saying that I learned while I was in the Civil Air Patrol. And that is that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. That same like general thought process applies to being a DM. You can have all this stuff planned out and like ready to go and written out, but the second you make like that plan makes contact with players, everything is thrown out the window because they are going to go do something else inevitably. Which is why I don't plan too much.
What's that quote from I think it's Legends of Tomorrow? Make the plan, execute the plan,
throw away the plan.
Yeah. Oh god, it's because it's Captain
Snart.
Cold.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Make the plan, execute the plan.
I forgot the middle.
Let the plan fail or blow up, and then throw away the plan. Something like that.
Yeah, so that's kind of the headspace where that's the headspace you have to go into, and because rule number one of TTRPG, of any role playing, honestly, is you say it becomes canon. You say it, you do it, it becomes canon. Like the moment he said, like, for example, one of the running jokes right now is that Joshua, played by Roman, his car doesn't work. He has to roll. So now he has to roll every time he gets into a car to see if his car will start.
You like that one?
I was like, dang, that's so evil.
On the fly thing, I was like, we've cracked the joke that his car is a beat down rust bucket over and over and over again. We never made him roll for it. We just cracked jokes on the side. I was like, no, he's rolling for it now.
So that has it's been a lot of fun watching that. Now it's only session 2. It's only session 2. But the star of the campaign so far has to be Squirrel.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, Squirrel.
I would say it's honestly, I would say there's 4 currently, at least in my mind. Right, there's 4 of you that are like in equal running. I mean, Squirrel is definitely ahead of the game a little bit.
Absolutely.
But Artemis and you aren't far behind. The Moose, who plays Brody, isn't far behind either.
Dude, Brody is a joy.
Is a wonderful character.
Brody is a joy.
Brody, do you know what's going on? No idea.
Nope.
He'll just have these like
I love Brody.
He'll just have these like small sparks of like wisdom, and then he'll be like, "No, I have no clue what's going on."
Yeah, there's like moments of just brilliance and like epic badassery,
like where he could figure out the whole relationship thing with Dean and Cassie, but Cassie had no clue what was going on because she didn't know. But
I mean, as we've
Brody
already
had to figure it out.
Everybody but you knew.
Everybody but you.
Yeah.
Except Michael.
Except Michael, yeah.
Except Michael. Michael was the only other person.
He was focused on her. He didn't see how they interact with each other.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. There we go. But yeah. Squirrel, how? Go ahead.
I do have a question for you 3 while I have you guys here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you when it comes specifically to that evil purple ranger, right? Are you guys happy that I went the Trent Mercer route, or would you have preferred seeing like Tommy rehashed?
Wait, so this is a Trent Mercer thing?
He does. Yeah, it's already been explained. He doesn't remember. He has gaps in his memory.
Oh, I thought we meant like full Trent. I thought we meant full Trent Mercer. Like his dad is also a villain.
His papa is BBEG.
Not that far. Just like how he, didn't have.
Don't give him ideas. He might make it happen. Yeah. We haven't even met the BBEG yet.
Nope.
So
you haven't met any of the generals yet either.
Nope. Just 2 ugly monsters and then one.
Holding on to them for a reason.
Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, this is going to be we're already planning a year-long.
This shouldn't end until December.
Yeah, a year-long campaign with holiday specials.
First one should be coming up
Valentine's Day, which means another focused episodes on our lovebirds.
Actually, no.
What? Oh, I think I know. I know.
I'm not gonna have a focus episode on the 2 lovebirds.
Oh, dang it! Anyway,
I'm a little depressed about that, but I can live with it.
I can't have every episode be a focus episode on YouTube.
People love us. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna have focused episodes. We're gonna have focus episodes. We're gonna have specials. We're gonna have possible team ups, cameos from Power Rangers Olympia, which we've already talked about. That's gonna be fun. Victory Charge might show up. So we already have a lot of plans.
Which, speaking of, I don't know if I don't know for sure if you guys are available on Thursday at all, and I don't know if I'm running it yet, but I promise you guys that if I do run Victory Charge again over there, that you guys would get cameos. So if you're available on Thursday night.
I'm available.
You're always.
I know
available.
Squirrel is available. I will find a way.
It's the 2 that work in this call that I was working out.
I will have to figure that out because I'm already cutting out Monday and Tuesday for session and this, which leaves me the other 5 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can.
I'm available anytime after like.
If you gotta work,
2:45 my time.
Figure it out.
Just
if
give me like
just have 0 show up.
Just give me like a heads up, and I should be able to do it.
I'd say I'm gonna try and get it figured out before Thursday night. So.
But yeah, what was your question? You said you had a question for the 3 of us.
It was the how did you guys feel about me doing the whole like Trent Mercer style Evil Ranger versus
yeah.
Tommy Oliver?
It definitely I think it fits for the format we're trying to do. Like if we were doing Olympia, I think we would have to just do Tommy because it would be a lot easier. It's like, oh, this is definitely the Purple Ranger. Though, I part of me is glad that we figured it out really quickly. The other part of me was like, we could have like stretched it out a little bit longer, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So I will let you know right now. I made the decision the very second you guys decided to do a team attack.
Squirrel.
I was like, okay, cool. Depending on who all joins, will determine how I set this very specific secret DC.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as everyone joined, I was like, all right, cool. Here's how high this DC is. They need at least 2 people to crit to reach this DC. And like 3 of you crit.
Everyone crit.
So like I was like, cool, because that secret was like, okay, cool. It was basically, is the visor going to shatter? That was the whole thing. Because if you hadn't hit that visor wasn't going to shatter. We were going to keep going and keep that as a secret a little bit longer. Because my plan wasn't to reveal their identity until session 5. So
I don't know if I would have been able to hold on that long.
You guys were digging for it. I was like, cool. I was hoping I was going to have a little more time to play this out a little longer.
Squirrel was the one that was digging. Squirrel was the one that was digging. The moment you said it was possibly Michael, he was like, I bet. Full send. Let's go.
Yeah, he went all in.
Last question, and we'll kind of leave it at that unless anyone else has anything they want to say.
No.
Cool. Squirrel, like I said, has been the superstar of this session. A lot of emotion, a lot of role playing, a lot of jump ins, a lot of interjections, a lot of development, crash outs. Crash outs.
That's the understatement of the century.
He is, and he's rolling with the punches. He's rolling. Dean is definitely like just going with everything and excelling with it. And we learned a couple of weeks ago that Squirrel is no slouch when it comes to RPing, but this is like his first time. Olympia was his first time doing it like physically. So where were you before and where were you now, and how do you feel about role playing as a whole?
Before Olympia?
Yeah, before Olympia. Now that you're 2 sessions into campaign 2, and then your experience of role playing as a whole.
So before Olympia, all I really did was just like little one-shot campaigns that would only last maybe like an hour, maybe half an hour. Yeah, my DM was not very
available.
No, not available. He just wasn't a very good DM. And so like he didn't really give me much to like go off of in terms of like the role play aspect, like interacting with NPCs or I didn't have a crew to like do ending battle like communications and shit. Like to just discuss like what the fuck just happened. So I like the D&D roleplay aspect was just like very foreign to me. And then coming into Olympia, like I had an idea of what to do. And, I was just kind of winging it.
And if you were watching Olympia at all, him saying that he was winging it is surprising to me. Because the amount of development that Zero went through in Olympia specifically, the amount of changes, the fucking colors, like the abilities, the personalities, it was just that was him winging it.
I was yeah. The character development that Zero had was also the character development for me in terms of role playing in D&D.
So he was role playing himself.
Yeah, I was kind of like evolving with Zero, and I was like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah. Now the trick is to keep you from flipping into Zero every time we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to Zero, even though we weren't Olympia for that long. You know, it's just like holy shit, dude.
It's hard. As somebody who's done this for, oh gods, I want to say I started playing D&D in like around 2013, so 12 years ish.
Yeah,
it's hard to go from one character that you play for a long period of time and then shift over into a different character later on after the campaign ends and you have to get a new character.
Yeah, especially
the more you play them, the more things will kind of click in place.
It's especially hard since Dean is the complete opposite of Zero. So I'm just like,
sometimes it's very concerning how not the opposite of Zero he is.
And then, yeah, kind of how Dev was saying, like I was just RPing myself as Zero. He's not wrong. He's really not wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so now
it's definitely a big shift that I have to do right now with Metallic Swarm, but
you're doing a good job.
Now that you're 2 sessions in, how do you feel?
I feel more confident in terms of the roleplay aspect.
Clearly,
there's still like when I put on the spot like yesterday, I was just like, I was like, my name is Iluma.
Because it's. I mean, to be fair, you took it a lot better. No offense, you took it a lot better than Artemis did. Because she had hard time even just like focusing, apparently. Because we were talking about it before we started this. How she couldn't. It was like kind of hard for her to focus because like everyone's reacting at the same time. Imagine if we were doing this like in person, and we would like
I feel like in person I probably would have an easier time blocking you out because peripheral vision, you wouldn't be like right in front of me.
I guess, yeah. I guess that's.
But
fair.
Because you're like right in front of me, I can see everything that's going on, and then I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing, but I can see what everyone else is doing, and then it's like my brain's going, "Hey, what's that person doing? What's that person doing?" I'm like, "Why are we doing this? Stop it! I need to focus on me." And then the ADHD doesn't help either.
You would have slapped the fuck out of Roman,
dude. She just kept saying,
I probably would have.
Like it was just funny if you.
It's almost like Tourette's.
Like I said, the VOD is on Twitch. We will delete it the moment we post it onto YouTube. But there's also a clip. I already also put a clip. We were all reacting. That was the thing. That was the funniest thing. It was me, Ecliptor, and Roman on screen, on camera. Reacting at the same time, but for some reason, her immediate thought was, "Shut up, Roman."
Well, even funnier, like Roman was the one who was losing his shit.
Dude, he was like, losing his mind. He
was thrashing around the entire time. I was getting distracted.
I was like, "Yo, are you okay?"
Right? I'm like,
I was like,
getting possessed.
I'm like, should there be another like sequence where something similar happens and I'm talking to one specific person, I'm probably gonna just like click on their screen so I can focus on that person so I don't have that problem next time. But I was just so like overwhelmed because it's the first time I've done anything like this deep. Shut up, Dev.
Sorry.
Anyways. If you're not careful, I'm gonna start turning that into the new Tourette's.
Yeah.
Anyways. But like there's just so much going on at once and I'm like, I gotta pull this off, come on. And it's just like my brain was like, shut up, Roman, because I could see what he was doing and I'm like, you need to stop, shut up. But yeah, like if we ever have any similar circumstances where I'm getting after someone or I'm talking to someone and everyone else starts losing their shit for one reason or another, I'm just gonna have to like focus the screen on that person so I don't have the distraction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've also found that if like you have to really focus in on like trying to get your stuff out and people are reacting and distracting you, I found that if I minimize the Discord window and just like stare at my background or whatever, it helps me be able to focus and get my stuff done, and then I can pull it back up.
You can also click on the
All
person.
the time in Olympia.
You can also click on the person, and it'll just have a big screen of that person.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna cut this off. Before we cut this off, Artemis, one prediction of what you think is gonna happen in the next session. Just the next session.
This is what I'm hoping. It's also kind of a prediction. Is somehow zero. Wow, it's not even in my campaign.
Dean.
Dean. Yeah, Dean. Dean's gonna make it through, but it's gonna be traumatic.
Ooh. Squirrel, one prediction for next session.
Oh no.
Dean goes into a coma.
Oh, you're gonna pull a Dino Thunder?
Dean's gonna go into
Oh,
a
I
coma.
don't like that.
You're gonna pull a Dino Thunder?
And then Zero's gonna come and then save the day.
You just want an excuse to play Zero again.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we're going to lead into a Dean versus Michael rivalry, kind of like a Nick versus Korag, Kruger versus Grum, kind of like a focused, what's his face, Jaden versus the other
Decker.
guy, yeah, Decker, kind of focused rivalry that might lead into the rest of the campaign. Now, if you want to, Ecliptor, a one-word hint.
A one-word hint.
One-word hint.
Death.
No,
Coma.
better not be.
See, now this is when I decide if I want to be a wise ass or not.
No.
Trauma.
Ah!
Trauma? I was on to something.
Beautiful.
You're gonna put poor little Cassie through it, aren't you?
Oh, I'm putting everyone through it. Look, I said at the start of this that if you guys thought Olympia was dark, y'all ain't seen shit. You're talking to somebody who's lived through some shit.
Fair.
I got you.
All right. We're the last thing we're gonna do before we take a break is we're gonna do a segment called "Just Got My Suit." This is going to be a focus segment on our newbie, Artemis. This is where we kind of help her. We kind of hold her hand and guide her through the world of tokusatsu because I don't know. Are you like keen on being part of that community?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to like keep pushing this, and you're just like, oh, I'm just here for Squirrel. I'm just here for Squirrel.
No.
So okay, just got my suit. So we're going to start with, let's get where you are at right now with tokusatsu. Like, what is your experience with it, and how do you feel about it?
My experience with it is the last time we all watched what is it, SPD?
Lightspeed Rescue.
Whatever the hell it is. Lightspeed, I can remember.
You'll get there. It comes after a while.
Yeah, that's basically my experience with it, plus whatever I saw as a kid on TV.
Do you remember what it was?
I have a really strong feeling it was Mighty Morphin.
Do you remember anything further than that?
It scared the shit out of me as a kid. I didn't like it very much, but to be fair, a lot of stuff scared me when I was a kid, so
Oh, you were one of the kids that was afraid of Lord Zed.
The skeleton
Yeah.
guy.
It. Hold on, let me pull up a picture. See if
The
you remember
skeleton
them.
guy.
See if it triggers any trauma.
Yeah, see if it triggers any memories here.
I'm pretty sure that's actually what it was.
I don't
'Cause,
need him
yeah.
from the freaking comic book. I need just him. Please, Google, work with me.
Yeah.
That's a decent image.
So while he's looking for that, the reason why we're doing this is, like I said, we want to help her get into the community, and also, like I told her in before we started this, she's gonna be going to PMC with us. She's going to be going to PMC with her boyfriend. She's going to be going to PMC under the umbrella of TokuNexo, and I don't want her embarrassing me.
Us as the collective.
Me specifically, but us as a collective. But
Hey,
yeah,
I'm the one who got adopted here.
But yeah, this is Lord Zed.
Lord Zed.
Do you remember him?
I'm just trying to hold that. Yep, that's the one.
Yep. All right. Fair enough.
Ugh.
So, just so you are aware, here in the States, Saban started getting letters and like emails and like very upset parents because of the way Lord Zed looked. That's why he got dialed back so quickly. Because when he first showed up, he just started wrecking things, and everyone was terrified of him, and they dialed him back.
Yeah. So, one of the first steps we're taking right now, is called Toku Watch Club, which we will get into, later in the podcast. This is where we're going to take a series, and then we're going to watch it 5 episodes at a time, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk up until that episode. We're actually watching Lightspeed Rescue right now. We're up to episode 20, and then we're going to jump into Super Sentai next time, after Lightspeed Rescue, which we're halfway through. We're halfway through Lightspeed Rescue, so it shouldn't be that long. And then the other thing we're doing, obviously, is taking her to a Power Rangers convention. Granted, we are going big. Do you have any experience with going to a convention at all?
Not in the slightest.
See, as someone who goes to conventions all the as a regular,
it can't be much different than going to a big rodeo, though, because it's just lots of people and lots of stuff going on, right?
I guess. Yeah. Because if you've never, me personally, in my experience, if you've never been to a convention at all, one of the things you don't want to Squirrel.
No.
One of the things you don't want to do is go to a really big one like Dragon Con. Dragon Con is 4 hotels, 5 days, and you are there, and like shit is constantly going on at all 4. So it's like a lot of walking, a lot of experience, a lot of like stimulant. So it's one of those things where you want to avoid until you're a little bit more seasoned, a little bit like used to what happens. So I don't, it's gonna be, now that I know that you've never been to a convention, I know you've been to a rodeo, this is still gonna be interesting to see how you take it.
I feel like it might be a little easier because you're not dealing with 12,000-pound animals that you got to worry about.
No, just
gotta worry about yourself.
Nerds.
Just 12,000-pound nerds, 12,000-pound cosplays, 12,000-pound props. Like PMC goes in.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, you'll have all of us to rely on, because I know I'm gonna need to rely on you guys just because social anxiety in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of you's gonna have me stuck to you like glue because I don't like being separated from people I know in big crowds. Yeah, I know.
To be fair, me and Squirrel were like together for most of PMC. The only time we separated was when Squirrel was insistent that he talk to JYB. I was like, I needed content, and he was like, I need to talk to Johnny Young Bosch. So he went to get in line, and I went to make content. So Squirrel, because this is your girlfriend, where do you think we should go from here?
To kick her out.
Let's
Why do
see
you
here.
always
Are we
pick
doing the
on
thing?
me?
Are we being summoned? Is that what's happening?
He did it first. This is a thing that we do in TokuNexo. One person pulls out the lightsaber, everyone pulls out the lightsaber. But yeah, Squirrel, where do you
Everyone
think
that
we should
has
go from
one.
here? You watch the movies first, and we'll get you one.
You promise?
We'll help you get one.
Okay.
Honestly, it wasn't that expensive.
They're
I'm
really-
actually
they're really
just
not that
making.
expensive.
I'm making payments. They do allow payments, so. But yeah, Squirrel, where do you think we should go? What do you think? What do you think the next step should be?
Or her?
Artemis, yeah.
Kick her out.
Stop saying that. That's not nice.
Think we gotta show her a Sentai series after Lightspeed.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go Sentai.
Might I make the suggestion that we show her Kamen Rider instead of Sentai after Power Rangers? Because while
That
they
is
are
kind of our
different,
thing.
while they are different, we do tend to lean more on Kamen Rider than
We
Sentai.
do.
And Sentai and Power Rangers are similar enough that she might just be like, "This is the same thing in Japanese."
Yeah,
Thank
but for
you.
PMC, when Toku Spirits introduces someone and it's a Sentai that we haven't gotten in America, then what?
Well, to be fair,
And we explain it to her.
to be fair, in conventions, everyone doesn't go to like every guest.
Yeah.
It can honestly just be for us, and you're just going to see us fangirl for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Squirrel or Dev or I will explain it to her, but
It's like, this is the Japanese blah blah blah.
yeah, it's from this show.
To be
and we'll
honest,
watch
I
these things.
absolutely adore watching you guys geek out. I just think it's the best, and it makes me happy seeing you guys
you
happy.
haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, you haven't seen it.
You haven't seen anything yet. You haven't
Get-
seen it.
Get us like actually watching a Kamen Rider show that we actually know, and you will watch us all sitting here doing full on henshin poses and everything with the fucking show.
Anyway,
It'd be
no,
worse if we had
and
to
it's a whole different experience, like meeting them in person,
Mhm.
especially
That's
here
the
in
thing I'm
America.
looking forward to.
Especially
'Cause
here
I
in
didn't-
America.
Yeah, because I didn't. When I went to Anime Impulse, the only convention I've been to, I didn't go meet any of the voice actors that were there. Because the only one I cared about had the biggest, longest line, and he was the most expensive. And I was like, I'm not going to worry about that. Because that was Robbie Damon. They had Robbie Damon there, which I was like, that'd be cool, but I'm not going to sit here and meet the guy. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to take the time to worry about it. I'm just going to go explore, experience the thing, watch people in cosplays, have fun.
You've been in the server. You've kind of seen, and you've actually like watched us. Geek out, talk about tokusatsu, like nerd out in that manner. What's the next thing you want to like explore? Considering like what we've talked about, considering like what you've seen from us.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Like what's one thing that like we've talked about, or like one thing we've done or said, or that like you are like that's interested you? Because you've seen the vocal stems, and we've given you like examples of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and now that Squirrel has the gamer driver, he has new stems now.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I enjoy watching you guys do that.
My son actually caught me stimming with the Desire driver sounds.
For those of you that don't know, if you're not all fandoms have their own vocal stems. If you're a JoJo fan, you know The World. That's JoJo. My Hero Academia has Ore wa
Plus
kita
Ultra,
plus Ultra
United
Demon
States
Slayer.
Smash, Detroit
Detroit
Smash, all the
Smash.
different things.
Demon Slayer is a little bit I feel in my experience is a little bit niche, but they do have like niche stems. Like Squirrel does it all the time. Mizuno Kokyu.
I mean, hell, Avatar, The Last Airbender has vocal stems. You know,
Appa,
Mike
yip, yip.
Cabbage's fucking
Appa,
Yip
yip,
Yip.
yip.
My Honor.
Appa Yip Yip
Oh,
is
that
the
was
biggest
fun.
one.
Yeah.
Water
Appa, yip,
Tribe.
Water Tribe.
That's rough,
It's
buddy.
the quenchiest.
I am the
Oh,
Melon
God.
Lord.
Oh God.
But yeah, a lot of stems, but Kamen Rider, because it's been such a long standing franchise along with Super Sentai, there is a lot of vocal stems to choose from, especially if you've been watching it for as long as we have. Henshin, obviously.
Yeah, you
Morphing
guys do
Time.
that like it's air.
Yeah,
It's
all the different various ways people have said henshin over the years.
Henshin. Henshin. Anyway, it's Morphing Time, obviously, for Power Rangers.
You'll hear Dev and I pop off Gokai change every now and again.
Wokai Teens.
Go changing.
And then dude, when after Squirrel and I went to PMC, we were constantly saying change soul seto. Constantly. Let's go on. We are
Yep.
constantly doing that because Yasuhisa was the greatest thing that has happened to PMC.
That man was having the time of
his life. But anyway, we need to focus on Artemis. Anyway, so
Okay.
now that we're because we're talking about first experiences, we are talking about like getting her into the fandom. What was your experience getting into the fandom? Let's go with the Ecliptor first.
Ooh. Are we specifically talking Sentai and Rider?
Like, yeah, tokusatsu in general. Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, like, by all technicality, for me it was Power Rangers, like most people in America. But I actually think I started with Godzilla first. Watching some of the old English
Kaiju.
dubbed, VHS stuff, a lot of the old Kaiju Ega stuff. And then when I think I was around like 11, 12, I was watching a toy reviewer on YouTube. He was reviewing the Lightspeed Rescue Zords, and he mentioned something about the like Japanese counterpart and how like Lightspeed used so much Sentai footage, and I was like, Sentai, Japanese counterpart, what the hell is he talking about? So my 12-year-old brain went to Google. And that's when I discovered all the
Your
secrets of
best friend.
Sentai and Kamen Rider and all that fun stuff, and it just became a love. And then like Dragon Knight, I wound up catching on TV at some point early one Saturday morning, which was like the wildest thing for me.
It was cool.
I was like, has this been like a niche thing like Power Rangers the entire time? Have I just like not seen it? No, that was like the only other one aside from the one I still don't talk about from the 90s. But yeah, it took me until like high school to actually sit down and watch actual Kamen Rider or Sentai. And Dev gets mad at me when I tell him which ones it is.
Go ahead and tell him, and then I'll explain.
My first Kamen Rider series, and this is the first of the two that I watched, was Kamen Rider Decade. Which, obviously, if you know anything about Decade, you know it's the 10th anniversary of the Heisei era, so on and so forth, all that fun anniversary season nonsense. And to go in line with that, ironically, my first Sentai series that I actually sat down and watched was Gokaiger. Also an anniversary series.
And it doesn't piss me off. It just bothers because I cannot imagine being exposed to not just the series that the season that you're watching, but everything else like leading up to it. And that's the thing about that's the main thing about Decade and Gokaiger. They included writers from from previous seasons.
Yeah, like they
granted,
both shows turn into the previous writers or Sentai, which is like the big thing, which is hilarious. And I'll tell you why I decided to go with that. One, because they were new-ish at the time. I think when I finally started watching Decade, O's was going on. And then when I was watching Go Kaiger, I believe they were into Go Busters. But the biggest reason why I watched those was out because I was like, I want to get into these franchises, but I know nothing about them. So why don't I watch these shows, get a glimpse at the different suits, and then make my decision based on that? So that was my logic behind doing it.
Me personally, I cannot recommend, like, if someone asked me, it's like, oh, I want to get into Kamen Rider, what's the first thing do you think
I will never recommend those shows for anybody who's a first time watcher. Never. I joke around with it with Dev specifically because I know it bothers him.
It bothers me. I will openly admit that. Squirrel, how did you get into tokusatsu?
So
you
So I didn't know what the fuck tokusatsu was for the longest time. I just knew Power Rangers existed.
Mm-hmm.
And then during my choir days in high school, we were performing with another school, and one of them was talking about Power Rangers, and I go up to him like, "Oh, dude, you watch Power Rangers? Don't worry." You know, we're talking about it. He's like, "Do you know about Super Sentai?" I'm like, "Oh." But to act cool, I said yes.
Of course you did. That checks out for you.
Lovely.
And so that day after, YouTube was my best friend, and I looked up Super Sentai, and for some reason, Kamen Rider came up instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
And the first thing I saw was Decade. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I looked up Kamen Rider, and then Build came up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kept watching the clips of Build over and over again. I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then TikTok came out, and then I saw TokuNexo brought to you by Dev Synchro. And yeah, I joined. No, I didn't join yet. I was like, damn, I need one if I need to join. So I bought a build driver, which is somewhere. And little did I know, because I didn't bother reading like the typical Yu-Gi-Oh player I am. I didn't see that it was the Korean version of the build driver. So, but I was like, fuck it. They won't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And I made a video and I tagged, I think, Dev and Hugh Who Shall Not Be Named. That starts with an S.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You did.
He commented on my video saying, "Is that a Korean build driver? Dude, I'll trade you for it." And then I talked to him. I was like, "Nah, but can I join TokuNexo?" And he was like, "I'll talk to Dev about it."
Yeah.
And then now here I am, dude.
Yeah. Now here you are, and where is he?
That's so true.
Exactly.
Gone.
Crazy. So now that Artemis, now that you're kind of on the outskirts, we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
You're still here.
Yeah.
From the outside, what do you think of it?
It's interesting.
Go on.
I feel like my hesitation made you apprehensive about that answer. I was just trying to think of the word I wanted to use. But no, it is interesting. Like, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way you guys react to it because I'm the type of person who's like, when I see other people being happy, it makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to be part of them being happy. So I want to go be part of that too.
Now,
What the
now that you say
That
that,
makes
though,
sense.
yeah, I completely understand that. Now that
Wait.
you say that, though, do you want to be? Is it only because you see us being this and you want to be a part of it, or do you actually want to be a part of it?
No, I actually do, because obviously it's fun for you, so it's got to be fun.
Oh, it's a whole
Fair.
lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's a very fair answer.
Yeah. Oh, it must be fun. But please, just as an asterisk, just because people are doing it doesn't mean you should.
Yes.
No,
Please
get
do your
that.
research.
Please what? No.
Please do your research. That doesn't include drugs. Please, thank you. Anyway, so we are going to PMC, one of the biggest Power Ranger conventions in the world. So big, it only happens every other year. I have been to 2, and it has been an absolute experience, and each time I have not been financially prepared. Literally, the first one I went because Ryota Ozawa was announced. I was like, they announced it. I was like, I was at work when I found out too, and I told my boss, who is my friend. I was like, hey, crazy thing, I need to be off these days. I need to be off these days. And she was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll see what we can do, blah blah blah. And she talked to the boss, who was the person that got me into cons, and he made it happen. My other friend gave me some Delta points so I can use it to get my tickets. I booked my flight, and boom, I was here. And oh, it's over there. I have another shelf full of tokusatsu figures, and it's
Nice.
that red. This one. This one was my first. The red one. This one was my first meeting of Ryota Ozawa, and then he showed up again, so I had to get another one right here. So yeah, this is a big one, and we just learned that you've never been to a convention. So, what is your expectation? Because we've talked about it. We've talked about it a couple of times. I am open to geeking out about my experience, because PMC has been such a fun time, even without money. It's been a crazy time. Go.
Lots of people. Lots of things to see. Lots of famous people.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
That sounds like a convention.
That's a convention.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah. But yeah, it's honestly one of the best gatherings, because most conventions are anime in general, or geek in general, video games in general. Dragon Con used to just be like fantasy or role play or LARPing. And then they added Star Wars, and it just became kind of a general geek thing. But PMC is a big convention, but it's just Power Rangers. It's just Super Sentai. It's just and even just a taste, a little sprinkle of Kamen Rider, a little sprinkle of Ultraman.
Yeah. So from what I've understood, I've never been to PMC myself, right? I've only ever been to one convention in my life. That's kind of where I'm at. But from what I've gathered from looking at conventions and so on and so forth, PMC is the Power Rangers equivalent of the Transformers fans having BotCon.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that one hyper focused thing for that specific fandom.
Because the thing about it is there are other Power Ranger conventions and that just are about Power Rangers. I'm going to one in June called Ranger Stop Atlanta. They're last year in Atlanta, but they still have the big one in Orlando. But when it comes to focused conventions about one specific thing, it's usually small. They have a small Supernatural one, I think somewhere here in the southeast. and it's a really small convention that not a lot of people know about. But PMC is huge. It's big. It's one of the biggest Power Ranger conventions in the world, and it's so big that it only happens every other year. And
From
it's
what I've gathered, PMC is almost on the level of like the different Comic Cons at this point.
yeah, kinda, probably like one level under.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same level as Pasadena Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just huge. Squirrel, what was your? You can still play with your
cat.
Yeah, you can play with your cat.
It's Sesame.
What was your experience at your first PMC? Yeah, because this was his first PMC. I was there to like hold his hand. I didn't have anyone to hold my hand at my first PMC. I kind of just
hold my hand. That was fun.
Yeah, I got you. yeah. No, I just didn't have anyone holding my hand my first time, so it was just like a lot of the whole experience at once. What was your experience?
Was definitely a change of scenery compared to the first con I went to, because my first ever convention was Anime Expo.
Oof.
Yeah. It definitely felt home. Like all these motherfuckers that also like the shit I like, but in a bigger capacity.
Yeah.
And it's all in the same genre. Because, yeah, anime is in the same genre, but there's so much fucking anime in the world that everyone has an opinion. Obviously, everyone in the Power Rangers and the Tokusatsu community has their own opinion, too. But Power Morphicon is literally Power Rangers, Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman for a fucking very narrow few. Metal Heroes, shit like that, you know? And when people in the Tokusatsu community has an opinion and you don't agree with it, they're not like the anime community where they fucking call you slurs and send like the SWAT team to your house and the fucking nuclear launch codes.
True.
Like,
yeah.
Because
I mean, like the furthest down that track you're gonna get is like people arguing and yelling at you.
Yeah, but at least
even then, like it's not very many people.
But that's just geeks.
And like the arguments will arguments like that in the Tokusatsu community, like that might happen, like the 5% chance that'll happen. But it's not like the arguments last long, and then we're just like, you know what, agree to disagree.
Like honestly, the biggest argument I've ever seen is Tajador is the final form for O's.
It should be.
No, it's not.
It should be, but it's not.
It's not. But people will still say that, and people will still argue, and it gets like passionate. It's never, it's never gotten over. It's never gone over the line. I've never seen anyone like say, "Well, you're a piece of shit."
Yeah, no. I've evolved from the person who's like, yeah, no, like that's the final form, to I've accepted, okay, no, it's not the final form. However, my argument stands that it should have been.
It should be.
Just for the sheer story aspect of it, it should have been.
We'll get into this because like that's that's another conversation. So one thing though, this is gonna be your first convention. It's a really big convention. It's Power Rangers convention. You're going with your boyfriend, who has openly admitted that he's looking forward to meeting the Bunny Woes.
No, fuck the shit out of Bunny. Bunny Woes, if you're watching.
That was the most on-brand nerdy shit I've ever seen in my life, Squirrel.
You're watching this. Anyway,
let's play some bang bang shooting. All right. Anyway.
Heyo. Anyway, So, do you have any concern about that?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Because there was also a point with the TARDIS girl. Squirrel. There was a point at PMC last year where so it started at the cosplay contest. Me and Squirrel were sitting in the back, and it was just low energy for some reason. I don't know if people were just like didn't want to be the first to cheer, but like, you know, we're supportive. We as a community are pretty supportive in general, right? And so I don't know why people were like hesitant to cheer after everyone was done, but me and Squirrel were always the first one. we were just like, we're like, yay, good job, yay. And then everyone else would like join in. Dog. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then there was like a bunch of people sitting in front of us, and that when we left, she called out to us, and I thought we were gonna get yelled at because we were being too loud. But no, she came to us to like compliment us and like say thank you for like being supportive and like you know, and encouraging and blah blah blah. And me and Squirrel were waiting outside for Squirrel's Uber to take him home, and she just happened to roll by in the Uber that Squirrel was gonna jump into. And she came out with a bunch of like really important people, because I recognize two of them, and they're like proprietors of Ranger Stop, actually. So they were like head honchos. So this woman must have been also important, or his husband was. And so she started like getting on us, like she was hugging us and holding us, and like Squirrel got excited.
That doesn't take much for him.
Squirrel got excited, and like she was like complimenting us, and she was just like being really nice. And then heartbroken when she said,
I'm not sure where he went. He didn't tell me anything.
Me and my husband have been together for 8 years. And then Squirrel's expression just changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, there's a lot of amazing cosplays, a lot of amazing people. Everyone there is like honestly just really cool and nice. Except one person. You know who you are. And you know who I am. I don't like you. But yeah,
needs to be said.
that's all that needs to be said. Because you also don't like me, so it's fine. Anyway, but yeah, it's just honestly a really good experience. What is there anything at all that you're looking forward to learning?
Just understand where a lot of the stims come from, because when I was watching Olympia, you guys would just stim, and especially when I first started watching, I'm like, what is going on?
Like, name one, and
what is that?
Name one.
I can't even remember.
Because we have a lot. Like you can't just say, "Oh, there was this stim." Yeah, which one?
Well, all of them, because there was like, and then you would start talking like it was the stims, and then you'd start talking about Kamen Rider. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I think we should just go ahead and jump into Kamen Rider.
See, but now that brings up the question of which one do we show her?
Shit.
Do we start in the Reiwa era, so it's more recent, or do we go Heisei? Because like I personally, if you're gonna go Reiwa, I mean, obviously I have my Geets bias, but I don't think Geets is good for a first timer.
01.
01 would be my recommendation for the Reiwa era.
01. What do you think?
Just
build.
Heisei.
Build. I don't know. My first Kamen Rider was Wizard. Wizard was my first, and I enjoyed it.
That's actually not a bad for beginners.
Yeah,
now I'm thinking about it. At least as far as the Heisei era goes, that's not bad. I would argue that O's isn't bad for beginners either.
Yeah. I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go phase 1 though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would probably say stopping at double would be as far back as we'd be able to go.
Yeah.
Eva.
No, not for a beginner.
No.
No.
He doesn't even like trauma. So
Hey,
I
when
mean,
did I ever say that?
that cuts out most of phase 1
What
anyway.
a fucking
I
Yeah.
thrive on that shit.
fucking
I think. Do you want serious or slightly comedic?
I'm fine with either.
Which one do you prefer?
Trauma.
Trauma?
Trauma? Wizard.
liar.
Wizard. It's
Wizard.
literally despair.
You're only saying that because I couldn't get through
It's
13
literally
reasons
despair.
why. Shut up.
Yeah, the wizard is literally
despair.
all about despair.
Literally despair.
Yeah.
That might have to be the one we go with.
Bet.
That's fine.
If it wasn't for the suit designs, I would recommend X8 for that as well.
I was going
They
to
go
say,
through some
but I was
shit.
like, that
Those
first,
suits are really hard for
but
people.
like that first, literally level 1 almost
Mhm.
took me out.
Yeah.
If it like
that and the eyes on the suits were the things that like made me go, hold on, wait, no,
that
pause.
shit took me out. I was like,
Like, what the fuck is this?
But like once I actually
I don't
sat through
know,
and started
man.
getting into it, it was
yeah,
really
that
good.
shit was so good. So I think
good.
we just need to expose
Give her the
you.
experience.
Yeah, expose you to one and then show
Go
you
from
where
there.
it goes. Show you how far it goes.
I'm super tempted with wanting to get the streaming thing going as far as like my own personal streams or like even just streaming on the TokuNexo YouTube.
Mhm.
I'm really
Look
tempted
forward.
to do a like a once a week thing of like 1 sec.
Yeah.
There we go. Do like a once a week thing of like, hey, we're gonna watch X movie, right? Like and have it be a Toku movie, right? So like here we'll start with watching a Godzilla film. We'll move on to watching one of the Power Rangers movies. I know Squirrel and I have planned on doing a watch the Turbo movie for fucking ever at this point. You know, like maybe watch some of the like Kamen Rider or Sentai movies. Like let's go watch
Absolutely.
Shin Kamen Rider or like the original Shin Kamen Rider from the 90s.
Absolutely.
Things like that.
So we're gonna cut it off there. We'll get a little bit deeper into Just Got My Suit next time. We'll actually like expose her to a little bit more. We may not watch full. We're not gonna watch full episode. Actually, you know what we're gonna do next week? We're going to show her the intros. We're gonna show her the intros of Kamen Rider, or we'll go straight into the henshins.
I think I showed the henshin videos. Remember? To figure out what.
Yeah, we did henshins and
that was like a while ago now.
Yeah, a minute ago though.
So we'll just like expose her. We won't let her make a decision just yet, but we'll I think the intros will also give her an idea of what the plot kind of looks like. So we'll do that next time. All right. So we're gonna take like a 10-minute break, and then we're gonna jump into the clubs. We have 3 clubs we're gonna jump into. Toku Watch Club. I've already explained we are watching Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. We're gonna talk about the first 20 episodes. We're already halfway. I can't believe it. And then we're gonna split up a little bit. So me and Squirrel, it's gonna be focused on me and Squirrel for Anime Watch Club. We're gonna talk about Solo Leveling, season 1 and 2 so far, and the Red Ranger becomes an Isekai. Red Ranger becomes an Isekai. And then they'll still be here. Artemis and Ecliptor will be here to put in their 2 cents. And then we're going to switch roles and give Artemis and Ecliptor their moment and give them their book club, which presumably they're going to talk about Fourth Wing, Iron Flame,
100%.
Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm, and me and Squirrel will be here. I've read. I'm almost like halfway through Onyx Storm, so I'm like almost there. I'm almost there. I'm with them. And Squirrel is going to be joining the fandom soon. So he can learn about his rival.
Even my girlfriend is reading Fourth Wing right now. So
yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll jump into Toku
His
Watch
rival.
Club next.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. His rival.
His rival.
Yeah, because it's my book boyfriend.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to TokuTalk. We are in the second half of TokuTalk. This is where we jump into our respective clubs. The first one is going to be all four of us. All four of us. This is where we talk about Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Now, the big question is, Artemis, do you remember any of it?
A little bit.
That's no.
Now the other big question: did you get to episode 20?
No. I'm so sorry.
Did you get to 15 at least?
Yeah,
Okay. You're just gonna have to be spoiled.
that's fine.
All
I'll
right.
probably forget when I actually go to watch it, so that's okay.
All right. So we are in episode 20th. We are in episode 20, halfway through Lightspeed Rescue the season, and then, like I said, we're gonna jump into a Common Rider next. And it sounds like we're gonna do Wizard. But we'll decide that when we cross that bridge. Yeah, Ryan playing a major part, adding to the Megazord, his Cobra tattoo almost reaching his neck, and he fights the curse, goes back to the tomb that was in episode 1, which I'm glad that they actually which I'm glad that they brought back, because if they introduced that tomb and they didn't do anything about it since episode 1, I would have been irritated. Because why? Why would you do that?
Yes.
Just answer to everything, Squirrel.
But he did it. He defeated it. He broke the curse, and he is an official member of the team. But not that long. Because now he's on his own adventure.
Yeah, that is due to them not wanting to film a bunch of bespoke footage and relying very heavily on the Sentai footage, which didn't have a Titanium Ranger.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know already, Power Rangers is a mix of American recorded footage and then copy paste of Super Sentai. Most of the scenes that you see with them in the suits is Super Sentai. And you can kind of tell the difference, especially in the early seasons, with the changes in quality. You can definitely tell that is Japanese, that is Super Sentai.
I mean, and even then, at least, especially with Lightspeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest tells that I know, and that's how I started recognizing what was Sentai footage and what wasn't. The Sentai footage always had, the suits always had this, shiny, reflective quality to them, whereas the American suits are much more matte. It's, it's all clean. Yeah.
Cheaper quality. Not cheaper that they were bad, but cheaper as in less expensive. And Carter playing, it seems like he's getting he's starting to play a bigger part. He's starting to really lead the team.
Coming to his own, coming to that thing that I love so much about him, that is the I'm gonna go punch things first and then or pull a blaster first and ask questions later.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It is Max.
Yeah.
Okay, let me. So I'm trying
Welcome to TokuTalk.
Yeah, welcome to TokuTalk, the little podcast we're doing.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, dude. You can.
You're already in.
All right. Well, I was just gonna make an appearance because camera on the computer clearly doesn't work.
Huh?
He's gonna
There we
show
go.
his face off a
Hi,
little bit.
ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen.
hi.
This is
Yeah.
Maximilian, our Silver Ranger.
Yeah, Maximus.
Maximus. God damn it.
Think Gladiator, not
Huh?
Pegasus.
No, like I said,
Yeah.
my boss, who is also my friend, just had a baby and they named him Maximilian.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you're here, you were in the session last time. You missed out on the first one. What did you think so far?
I'm having a blast. I would say second session definitely felt more fluid as far as being able to just get into character.
Hmm. Were you? Was he? He wasn't in the first one, right? No. Okay.
He was there for session 0 though.
Session 0. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's where I'm messing up because that's what I see as the first, but it's not.
So what can we expect from Maximilian? Maximus. I'll get it.
I'd say definitely to be determined. Still gonna work out the kinks and everything like that, but yeah, spunky little teenage kid, I guess.
Good answer.
Oh, there's
Gonna
a
be
reason to
trip
tell my
since
dad
that
to
was
F
like
off.
20
Come
years
on.
ago.
So, I don't know if you want to spoil it, but I do have to ask. Does he have parents?
Yes and no.
Mm.
His parents, unfortunately, are both deceased.
Oh.
His brother actually took over the restaurant business, and Max just kind of has taken to calling him dad because he's kind of he's kind of taken the position.
Right. Okay. All right. What is your experience with tokusatsu? Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider?
That man right there.
Have you seen Lightspeed Rescue?
Like growing up, I watched the original Power Rangers. Where Tommy's evil and then turns good. So I watched a little bit of that when I was younger. I definitely own the movie as far as where they lose their powers and they have to go to the jungle and get their animal stuff, and Tommy ends up being like an eagle or something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And big bad in that one was Ivan Ooze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Movie.
Okay. So you haven't seen Lightspeed?
No.
I've seen bits of it. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think maybe not Lightspeed Rescue. I think what I'm actually thinking of is what is this space one?
In space.
In space.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The only reason why I'm asking is we're doing, like I said, we're doing a podcast style stream today, and we're doing TokuTalk right. We're doing Toku Watch Club right now, and the tokusatsu we're watching is Lightspeed Rescue. We're up to episode 20, so we're just kind of discussing it right now. So if you want to chill around and like watch us geek out a little bit,
Yeah.
by all means.
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do.
Fair enough.
Sitting in an empty apartment right now.
Fair enough.
Babysitting a cat.
So what were you saying about Carter?
Dude is like he's at that point in time where he's like punch first, pull the blaster first, ask questions later, don't give a fuck, give no quarter. Like just in like the 5 episodes that we watched, I swear to God that man delivered what I could only describe as I don't know how many I am a man punches.
Oh, I am a
Especially
man.
when it came to Olympius.
I am man.
Like the whole 9.
Because honestly, the way it's starting to like break down, especially their formations, is it's the guys go the green and blue goes first. Girls like do either support or just like extra damage, and then like Carter flies in, literally flies in for like the final blow. And Olympus said no.
Yeah, Olympia said absolutely not. And then of course we also got the lovely like the culmination of one of my favorite little like side stories about like when it comes to Carter's backstory. With the revelation that Captain Mitchell was the fireman that saved him as a kid.
Yeah.
Which was an awesome thing for me to see. Like, just growing up, that was awesome to see.
I'm surprised it took us this long to get to that revelation. I'm surprised he kept it quiet this long. Because honestly, I would have said something by now. Squirrel, your thoughts?
My thoughts on what's going on right now with
Lightspeed Rescue.
the Tokusatsu? Oh, Lightspeed Rescue?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I just love the Titanium Ranger. Ryan's just a good ranger, and it's our first actual American Power Ranger.
Is it?
Other than like the Ninjetti, but like
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like actual Rangers, like spandex and helmet, that's the first one.
Yeah.
yeah,
And now, Artemis, your thoughts?
I like it. It's fun.
oh yeah, you
That's
want to
it.
give us some more detail?
You
Why
want
is
to
it
be a
fun?
little bit elaborative?
Yeah, why is it fun? Come on, Artemis, tell us, why is it fun?
Stop picking on me.
Why is it fun, Artemis?
I'm thinking.
They're dating, just letting y'all know. This is their dynamic.
The hourly reminder that they're dating.
This, yeah, I had to, because otherwise it just looks like squirrel bullying.
In Minecraft.
It really does.
Go on.
I don't know. I just like it.
What's your favorite part
Yeah,
so far?
you like it?
As someone who is new to tokusatsu.
The Zord thingy that they do. I think that's cool.
Oh, the Zord thingy?
Which
So
one?
like the combining or like the Zords?
Yeah. Remember the one I sent? I caught the clip
Oh
where
yeah,
you were
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to read
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That thing.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of utilization of the Solar Megazord now. Is a combination of the Solar Zord and the regular Megazord. So like I said, Ryan is playing a bigger part. But it's truly a shame that they just could not afford to record anymore. Because Rhett Fisher is the dude. Rhett Fisher is such a cool guy. Squirrel and I had the distinct honor of interacting with him for 2 seconds. we were literally recording our head shit video, which is on our TikToks. And he just like happened to pass by, and he was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" It was like, "Hope you guys have a good day. Are you guys gonna be at the convention?" And then that was it. So it was a lot of fun. He's cool as shit.
He seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. So now that we're halfway through, it's time to do some superlatives. Midterm superlatives. All right. So let's start with the most opinionated person, Squirrel. Your favorite character and the worst character.
My favorite character in Lightspeed Rescue,
say
Miss Fairweather.
All right, your favorite character without thinking with your dick.
Yeah.
Miss Fairweather.
To be fair, Miss Fairweather is an amazing character.
Awesome character.
Amazing character. And really well
And
played.
she's pretty.
Yeah. All right. Can you explain why?
She's hot as fuck.
I
just
agree.
Her
I
yeah,
agree.
she's
Yeah,
hot as fuck. And then
absolutely
her attitude is also just like very, very nice.
Mhm.
I'd say towards fucking what's his name?
Joel.
Joel, yeah. Joel deserves better. No, I'm kidding. And then yeah, she's hot and she's nerdy and geeky.
Mm-hmm.
The full combo.
The full combo, dude. She's like,
Yeah, man.
So, who is your worst character?
my least favorite character.
There is
That
a correct answer
fucking-
to this.
That fucking captain that brought in the cyborg rangers.
Oh,
That is an acceptable answer.
yeah.
that
Agreed.
guy.
Fuck that dude. He was
At least he apologized for being wrong, but he didn't like it. He was so hesitant to do it. I'm
Of
like,
course.
you know what? You know what, you little bitch.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you. Anyway.
All right. Ecliptor. Favorite character, worst character.
My favorite character, if the bias wasn't already established,
Carter.
is Carter. 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with the fact that he's a Red Ranger. I would have loved this character if he was a Blue Ranger, Green Ranger, Pink, Purple. I don't give a fuck. The character himself is awesome. And for the sake of Sir Jay, who I don't know if he's ever seen her before.
Are you
I've
showing
got-
a picture of Miss Fava?
Sure am.
But
yeah, no, as I mentioned earlier, he's just the kind of character that I've always loved, and I might have a slight bias because my grandfather was a firefighter. So there might have been that little bit of a bias, but even then, like, just he's the kind of like stereotype leader that I think of when it comes to like Red Rangers. So, and I mean, my bias has already been established when it comes to this watch club as far as who I think my least favorite character is, and that's Vipra. Plain and simple, just because they're just the character. Not even accounting for the acting, right? Not even accounting. For that.
Yeah. We're gonna do acting later.
Yeah. Vipra herself does fuck all.
Right.
The entire time. She could not be in the show and it wouldn't change anything.
Okay. Artemis.
So like,
oh, go ahead. Continue.
So I was just gonna bitch more. So you're good.
Okay. So Artemis, your favorite character and your least favorite or worst character.
Oh, what's the Pink Ranger's name?
Dana?
Yeah, her. I like her. She is my favorite.
Because she's wearing pink.
Yes.
Oh, is that? I mean, valid reasons.
I'm that person.
No.
I'm that person. I will fully own it. It's like they could be the shittiest person on earth, but if they're wearing pink, I'm here for it.
Dude, my favorite rider is Brave because he's blue. My favorite Sentai is Gokai Blue because he's blue. Like I definitely have color bias for sure. Who is your least favorite?
The one that brought in, like, the same one that Squirrel said was shitty.
Fair.
With those things.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah. I don't like him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite character so far is Olympius. I love the character. I love the character design specifically. The character design is so cool and amazing. I love it. And I like his style. I like his story. I like and like how he came to be, and like now he has like a chip on his shoulder. He has something to prove. He has a mother to save and all that. I like him. And my least favorite character is Joel. Because if he wasn't a Power Ranger,
second that I don't. He's just kind of an ass.
Because if
and he makes an ass out of himself.
Yeah, because if he wasn't a Power Ranger, he'd be in jail. If he was a real person and he was not a Power Ranger, Joel would be in jail.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely in jail.
Without a doubt.
He's a walking HR violation.
Yes, he
For
100%
real.
is.
Absolutely. He should the moment, even if it was fake, the moment Miss Fairweather said that it was against the rules, he should have stopped. Until he found out it was a lie. Unless he found out it was a lie. But he should have stopped at that point. The moment he said no, honestly, should have been when he stopped. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. Now, one of the things that we have dissected Lightspeed Rescue on is acting. We have talked about acting. We have talked about the goods and the bads. So let's do since Ecliptor has been the most vocal about this aspect. Let's do top 3 and then worst 3.
See, that's tough.
It doesn't have to be in a specific order, but
Yeah,
just like off the top of your head.
And we're talking, just to clarify, we're talking like physical acting,
Just
right?
acting,
Not the voice
just
actor.
purely acting.
Okay. I would say my top 3 are
because the thing is, we also like when it comes to, especially when it comes to Power Rangers, we have to like exclude the writing because sometimes like the writing just shits on the character.
Yeah.
But so purely just acting, being the character.
We're gonna go with Carter.
Obviously,
on that list, I think he's up there.
Yeah.
Ryan is also up there, and Miss Fairweather.
Okay,
those are my top 3, 100%.
And your worst? Parenting. All right, we'll jump to Squirrel for a bit. Squirrel, your top
number
3.
Number 3.
Starting
Starting with Carter.
Hey.
Carter. Number 2. Chad. Yeah.
Who? You
Chad.
glitched it. Oh, Chad. Okay. All right. Yeah. I was yeah. Okay.
Number 1. Miss Fairweather.
Yay! Okay.
You're so biased, it hurts.
My 3 worst. At number 3, the sergeant guy. Yeah.
Oh, the same one. Yeah. Cyborg. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no! Wait. Boo.
Acting,
character, everything.
Okay.
Number 2. Scorpina. Boo.
Vipra.
Oh, Vipra. Boo. Boo.
Oh, okay. And the worst one?
The worst one of all. Diabolico. Boo.
Really?
Boo.
Really? I was gonna say.
The guy that fights Chad in the Chad episode. Boo.
Okay, I'll agree to that. Because that shit was forced as hell.
I was trying to stick to main characters.
He was so trying so hard. It was crazy to watch.
Okay.
All right. Your worst 3.
My bottom 3. See, this is when I piss Squirrel off. Chad. This is my bottom 3.
Okay.
I haven't cared for it. It's just not my thing.
Okay.
Kelsey is also in my bottom 3.
Okay.
As far as acting goes, and then Vipra. Yeah.
Vipra. Okay.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Every time. Like they for her specifically, right? It very much seems like they found a girl who looked close enough to the Japanese counterpart and looked good in the suit and said, "That's fine." I'm not gonna deny she's gorgeous, but can't act to save her life.
Okay. I don't know if she's. Oh, okay. Artemis.
Hi.
Hi. Your top 3 and your worst 3.
Hi.
Actors only. Just being the character.
Top 3?
Yeah, off the top of your head. It doesn't have to be
Dana.
like a. Ooh, oh. Okay.
So I like how she does stuff.
Okay.
Trying to remember.
Just tell us who they are. You don't have to remember names. I'll tell you who it is.
The Red Ranger.
Carter.
Yeah, Carter.
Uh-huh.
I like him.
Uh-huh.
And Miss Fairweather.
Okay.
She does good.
Okay. And your worst 3.
Okay. Vipra.
Uh-huh.
All of the bad guys. I don't remember what their names are at all,
Really?
except for Vipra.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like how they act.
Okay.
I'll just add 2 of those people.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just kind of like forced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna go worst first. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put Dana there. She has the same face for everything.
Okay, that's fair.
She
I
has
can't
the
even be
same
mad.
face for everything. Her angry and her sad is the same. Her angry and her sad is the same thing. I'm gonna, because Squirrel did, I'm gonna agree with Squirrel. I'm gonna put in that dude from Chad's episode. I'm gonna put in that dude. Boo, right. And then I feel bad for her because it's a good character, in my opinion. Vipra. I feel like she got the bad end of the stick. But yeah, her acting is bad.
Atrocious?
As for best actors, I'm going to put Ryan at the top. Granted, his character is very simple. There's like, it's not there's depth, but that's like easy depth. Second, this is the only credit where I'm going to give that. This is the only credit I'm giving him. I'm gonna give it to Joel.
Yeah.
It's a shitty character, but he knows how to fucking play it.
Yeah, Reggie Roll kills that.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna give it to Miss Fairweather.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Fairweather for
it
sure.
It seems like we all kind of agree that Miss Fairweather is one of the
She's
best acted characters in the show.
Actor.
She's killing it.
And she's like hiding an accent too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is your Squirrel? Let's start with you. What's your favorite moment so far?
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
As bad as I feel for the man for when it happened,
when
Miss Fairweather said, "Let's have dinner," and he thought it was going to just be them two. And then he goes all dressed up in a suit and flowers, and it's the whole
dude.
That was great. I love that so much.
Jesus. Okay, and your least favorite moment, whether it's because like you feel bad or because like it was just a bad moment.
I feel my least favorite moment would have to be when Vipra came up in the Vipari and literally named it the Vipari. What kind of name is the Vipari, bro? What kind of name is that? That shit's... It's like the equivalent of fucking the Jungle Fury Morpher. What is this fucking fake ass Gucci Prada shit you're wearing right now, dude?
You put some respect on the Solar Morphers, boy.
No, it's ass.
All right, Ecliptor. Favorite moment.
My favorite moment. I think my favorite moment has to be when Ryan first comes to save the team as a Titanium Ranger against the three demons. Very specifically that held sidekick where he twirls Falcar's staff across his body and then just tosses it.
Yeah.
Just a badass moment. Love that for him. Least favorite. It's the meme. I like the general Lightspeed Rescue meme you see all the time, especially when it comes to Vipra. Just that delivery of our queen will rise again. Though the way she delivered that was just it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Artemis.
Yes.
Favorite moment, least favorite moment.
Favorite moment was when oh shoot. I had it and now it's gone. Damn. I'll go with my least favorite first because that's easier. I did not care for when now I lost that too. Thanks, Squirrel.
I'll go.
Can we circle back?
Yeah. I'll go. Honestly, my favorite moment so far is when Ryan started piloting his Megazord, the solar Zord. It's one of my favorite Zords of all time. It's like
I want to get the DX toy of it.
The design is so cool. I love it so much. My least favorite moment. My least favorite moment is just that episode that you remember the Carter focus episode where he had to learn to be decisive. And Captain Mitchell was just giving him orders and not telling him why. I hated that. I fucking hated that shit. That shit irritated me. I was like, dude, fucking tell him why. You can't just tell him to abandon these people. The hell. Anyway. But yeah, so that's my least favorite. All right, you ready?
It's funny that you said that because that one was my least favorite. I just got distracted because Squirrel doesn't know how to shut up.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that one was my least. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I lost the game. Squirrel, you're the worst. Anyways, but my favorite one was when Dana's dad finally admitted that he actually did believe she could do stuff.
Aww.
With that whole thing where she had to go get the thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Which I also hated because he lied. Anyway.
That's fair.
All right. So, we're going to close out Toku Watch Club with one last question, and this is going to be a spoiler warning. Artemis, what is one thing you think is going to happen? We have 20 episodes left. What is one thing you think is going to happen?
Something. I don't know.
Just guess. What is one thing you think is going to happen?
There's gonna be a secret big bad.
She is only on episode 15.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Now, this is where the spoiler comes in. Squirrel. But chat. Yeah, I took off the chat. That's why. Squirrel. What is one thing that you are looking forward to in the second half? You can spoil it
Queen
this time.
Banshiro.
Which one?
Queen Banshiro.
Oh, Queen Banshiro. Okay, good. And Ecliptor.
I'm looking forward to Trakina's revenge.
Ooh, yeah. I'm looking forward to the team up. Let's go.
Yeah.
The team up is gonna be wild.
It's almost like I have a thing for team up episodes.
I'm looking. The one I'm specifically looking forward to is it doesn't happen until next season. Never mind. I was looking forward to the Time Force one. I love that team up. That team up's good.
All the Time Force team ups are fantastic.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I think I would have to definitely go for the Lost Galaxy team up. It's gonna be really exciting.
Sorry, my girlfriend is actively reading The Threshing from Fourth Wing.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right. So, we're gonna cut Toku Watch Club off. So now the assignment is up to episode 25. We will be back to do it, and this time you have 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks because I can't do it next week. I can't do TokuTalk next week. So you have 2 weeks to watch up to episode 25, and we're gonna get to Lightspeed Rescue. And now we're going to take a few minutes. We're just going to take just like a quick moment for me and Squirrel to geek out about solo leveling, and the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer. Like I said, you guys can still chime in if you want to. So, Squirrel, you and I have watched solo leveling up until up until episode 16. I am up until episode 18. Only because he is watching it in the dub. I'm watching it in the sub.
I am watching it in English dub, yes.
Yes. So, what is your big consensus of solo leveling as a whole?
My big consensus?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what is your thoughts of solo leveling as a whole?
Jonu is that guy, dude. He is that motherfucker, bro. He is him.
Yes, he is absolutely him. Because
he is that guy. Because
it's one of those things where he's like OP, but he's not like, it's not boring. It's still a show to watch. And the things that he goes through is so good. But what do you think of the anime as a whole?
Anime, since season 1, it's an amazing anime.
Mm.
It became my number 1 favorite, like, first episode in. And the fact that it was my favorite that quick, and it usually takes a lot to take my number 1 slot in anime. Because for the longest time, my number 1 all-time favorite anime was Noragami.
Oh, interesting.
And then I watched Erased, and that became number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, I would watch anime after anime, and nothing would ever come close to Erased or Noragami, except Death Note. Death Note is number 3.
Okay.
And then Solo Leveling came out, and I was like, I kept seeing on TikTok how everyone was praising it because of how good the dub was. And it is a rare gem when an dubbed anime is good. And I was like, let me see this shit real quick. Holy fuck, dude. This man is talented as fuck.
Absolutely.
He is an amazing voice actor. And then the anime itself, the animations, the story, the plot, the character development. You get that immediately.
Almost
immediately. In the anime.
Yep.
Almost immediately. Literally starts off as this fucking scrawny ass little dude. He fucking dies. And then becomes him. Like this man, and even though he is him, he is still doing his best to become stronger And he is so close, literally close to his goal. And he hasn't even done it for that long.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he's like Goku. Like, he's like, comparison to like Dragon Ball Z, he's like that strong. But it's not like Goku where like it's all he's doing. It's not like Goku where he just wants to be stronger for the sake of being stronger, because Goku's a meathead. And as a Dragon Ball Z fan, I can say that. But no, solo leveling, he's incredibly strong, but there's still a bar. There's still like a goal. And it's visible. Like, you could see it. They tell you this is what he's aiming for. He's not just being stronger for the sake of being stronger. He's being stronger so he can get this thing. That's the
elixir of life.
The elixir of life. To save his sick mother.
Who was in a coma.
Unexplained illness. Speaking of his family, possibly his dad.
Yeah, that guy that came out of nowhere. Yeah,
possibly his dad. This character comes out of in season 2. This character comes out of nowhere. Called a magical beast, which is the things that are supposed to, which is supposed to be the things in the dungeons that you fight, the orcs, the elves, the demons, the wolves, and what have you. Those are the things that you fight and kill in the dungeons. But they're calling this guy, who is clearly human, a magical beast. And immediately one of the first things he says, he's looking for Sung Jinwoo, which is the main character. Possibly
because something about a calamity.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking of it, dude, he says this as Sung Jinwoo is getting ready to go into that dungeon to get the ingredients for the elixir of life for his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And how the great calamity is going to awaken soon. What if his mom is that calamity? What if this guy that's looking for Sung put his mom in that coma for
on purpose?
On purpose.
On purpose. Huh.
To avoid this big ass destruction, this calamity, this world ending threat.
Huh.
And the system wants that calamity to happen. Because it would open all the gates permanently. Or fuse both worlds together. So then gates aren't the way those monsters come in.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that, dude.
Interesting take. I did not think that deeply. I honestly just like,
it just came to me.
Yeah, the system is not really where my focus is on. My focus is on that guy, and also just because like the intro is clearly foreshadowing this like really big thing where all of the guilds come together, including Sung Jinwoo. And they're about to just like let loose on some shit. There's something big is going on. So I completely forgot about like the part the system plays. I just
the system was always a thing with me, because why is it he's the only one with it? And why is it came up when he was supposed to die in the double dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know how occasionally when it zooms in on his eyes or something, it's blue?
Mm-hmm.
Like how the Death God was in the double dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
And then in season 2, when they're in the gate that turns into a red gate,
mm-hmm.
when he asked that ice goblin a question and he was going to answer it, it glitched.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're right. Holy shit. Yeah. Because I also noticed it in spoiler for you. In episode 17, the
It happens again.
yeah. It's not the ice elf. It's the person he's facing in 18.
Is it a monster or is it a
It's
guy?
a monster. It's a monster. It's
That
it's a
raises another-
monster. So it's like it's an orc. It's a high level orc. And it's
Ooh,
an
okay.
army. It's an army of orcs, and for some reason only one of them is able to speak. And
Just like the ice elves.
and that one person and that one orc starts glitching, and then he starts getting like superpowers. Like he gets like stronger. All of his like abilities are like leveled up and shit.
I think.
He even says, spoiler for you again.
Yeah.
I keep getting this command: kill all humans.
Yeah, the same thing the ice elf said.
So,
I think that the system is. Now I'm thinking the system is a form of purgatory for some.
I would have thought that desert would have been a form of purgatory.
So,
The desert from episode 2 or 3.
because think about it, he was supposed to die in season 1. The second fucking episode, he was supposed to die.
Right.
And then the system comes up. Do you want a second chance? And then everything revolves around having him to do these quests,
Mm-hmm.
or else his heart stops.
Yes.
This system has to be some type of purgatory, and every time he tries to get answers, the system avoids it. Because with the Ice Elf episode,
Mm-hmm.
when he asked the question, then the Ice Elf glitched and went back to the initial dialogue.
Oh yeah.
Notice how he realized it, but then forgot or ignored about it, as if it didn't happen.
Right.
Because he never questions it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the system is a form of purgatory, or something,
Mm-hmm.
or this is some type of afterlife thing with some.
Mm.
I've also been watching Alice in Borderland again, so like
the
whole purgatory
correlations, yeah.
thing, yeah.
Well, just another question that needs to be answered. But one thing we can talk about: we are in season 2, and Sung Jin Woo is now known as the Shadow Monarch. That is his job title, which gives him the ability to summon a shadow army of defeated foes. Anytime he defeats enemies, he can use a keyword, and it will attempt to summon a shadow form of that defeated enemy, and it will give him control of that shadow. There have been a couple of failures already, including the Ice Elf. And he almost failed getting his, honestly, strongest unit so far, Egress.
Oh yeah.
He failed twice. You're only allowed 3 attempts on each monster.
And then he got it the third.
Yeah.
And then the Ice Elf just said, "Fuck you."
So he doesn't have an Ice Elf.
But he has Iron, which is the
he has
A-rank
Iron and Tank.
and Tank then.
And
yeah.
Tank, the bear. So it's definitely rising, and with episode 18 he also has more. Just letting y'all know, this anime watch club is going to be a little weird with solo leveling, just because there's still that 2 episode gap between me and Squirrel. So it's definitely, but Solo Leveling is still one of those animes that I recommend along with Demon Slayer. Especially if you want to keep up, just like watch something new. Kaiju number 8 is also another one.
For something new that you haven't seen, if you guys are into like suspense animes, horror animes, whatever it might be, Erased is definitely a very good thriller suspense anime. The whole story about it is this guy who has this ability called what was it called?
Erase.
No.
Bless you.
That was a laugh.
Oh.
It's on the tip of my
It
tongue.
cut it off, so it sounded like a
it's called
sneeze.
Revival.
Yeah.
So his ability is called Revival, and what it is when a death is supposed to occur that's around him, and he doesn't spot it right away, he goes back 30 seconds before it happens. And he has to catch what happened and avoid it. Make sure like the death is avoided. One day, someone comes into his home while he's away and kills his mom. And when he sees it, he runs, terrified, scared, because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And the cops come and they blame it on him. So he runs, and while he's running, Revival activates. But instead of going 30 seconds in the past, he goes 30 years into the past. Back to when he is in grade school. Because there is a connection with something back then that connects to now. Revolving around the death of one of his classmates.
Interesting.
So he has to connect the dots. And when the dots are connected, it leads to who murdered his mom. And then he can avoid it.
Interesting.
Chaos Head is a really good one. It's a very old, modern anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's about this guy who, like us, is a gamer. Very nerdy gamer. And like collecting figurines type shit. He dreams of this weapon called I don't remember what the name of the weapon is. I'm not gonna I think it's something like something sword.
Right.
Me saying I'm not gonna Google it, but I'm Googling it anyway. A D sword. It's called a D sword, and the D sword is, if you guys play Kingdom Hearts, that's literally what a D sword is. You imagine it and it comes. But it needs to be a very strong connection to that imagination to manifest. And he is this chosen one that is going to stop a calamity that is already coming to Earth and basically just fucking kill it. So it's really good. It's old school, and it's an isekai, I'm pretty sure.
I think I've seen the clip of it.
It's also based off a video game.
Huh?
Which anime are you talking about?
Chaos Head.
Chaos Head.
Okay, yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, Chaos Head is also based off of a video game.
Nice. All right, so solo leveling, a lot of things we can talk about. We will definitely keep it up for next time. We got we will have 2 episodes under our pockets by then, because again, I won't be able to do this next week. Now we got to talk about Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. It is
isekais.
It is an isekai anime, but it is not like any of the isekais that I know, that I'm used to. It is a Red Ranger. It is as you know, it is a Red Ranger like Power Rangers. And he literally, first episode, it is him fighting the big baddie, like giant monster. He's in a Megazord, and he risks himself to fight the big baddie and kill him. And in the term of killing him, he dies. And instead of like dying, he gets isekai into another world where he becomes an adventurer. But he still has his powers. He still has his ability, and he can still his weapons. He can still summon his Zord. It's crazy. So like everyone thinks he's just like this like magician. He's like a wizard in this world. It's a fantasy world, so there's like warlocks, knights, paladins, orcs, and all of that. And he mana, stuff like that. There's even like a little screen that pops up with your stats and everything. So it's that kind of world. And everyone thinks he's like a warlock. He thinks he's like all of these things that he's doing. He's transforming. He's adding armor. He's summoning. He's summoning familiars. He's
una visto.
he's summoning. He's doing all of this, and he's just this really strong wizard. And in the beginning, you think it was just like, oh, it's just one of those isekais where like the main character is just like super strong for no reason. No, no, not at all. It's normal. He's strong, but he's not like OP. And now we're learning that there's going to be an actual plot involving his past, involving a character that we just met an episode ago called named Kizuna Silver. And the coolest thing about this one, in the sub, it's all voiced by previous Sentai characters. The Kizuna Blue. Kizuna Blue is voiced by Ninja Blue. Kizuna Pink was voiced by Yellow Buster. Kizuna Yellow was voiced by Deca Pink, and Kizuna Green was voiced by I forgot who he was voiced by. And then Kizuna Silver, the newer character, she's voiced by Gokai Yellow, who has become kind of a well-known voice actor in anime. Squirrel, your thoughts on Red Ranger becomes an isekai?
It is definitely one of the better isekais I've seen lately.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because it's Power Ranger based and focused, but because, like we said, this is finally an isekai where the main character isn't just a broken piece of shit. And it's one where the main character finally relies on other people, which the whole premise of that Sentai Power Ranger is bonds.
Yeah,
the positive connection and bonds between other people, and
not necessarily positive. Him and Logi worked out.
True, but regardless, it has to be a significant bond in order to give him power, in order to give him strength, in order for his stuff to work.
Yeah. To be strong and effective.
To be strong, yeah. And then the fact that he will work and do whatever it takes for him to get home.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, help other people in his attempt to get home. He will pause and be like, "Yeah, you need help? You need help?" He is still keeping his Power Ranger tropes.
Oh yeah, all of the tropes are there. The morpher, the
roll call,
the excessive posing,
the explosion in the background.
the Megazord, the Zords, the Megazords. He gets to
quips.
keep the Zord. All
He kept
5
the
of them.
Zord.
Not just
And
his.
he kept the accessories.
He kept the accessories, his weapons, and then apparently he also has this dark ability.
Yeah, he has this dark ability where he gets a dark aura and he gets bloodlust and he tries to fuck shit up.
Yeah, he's just like really strong for no reason.
It's just a really
Main
great
character
anime.
syndrome.
Yeah. No. It's like Shinken Red, Wolzaldo Fire, I named examples. I forgot what they were. But yeah, like it's Rangers just getting darker and then becoming stronger for some reason, just because like they lose their morale or whatever. It's so interesting. And now it's come to play that other people, other worlders have been here before him. He's not the first one.
Yeah.
And
So this gives us the theory that either his other teammates are here or a specific teammate, which we ended up getting a glimpse of in this final episode. Their 6th Ranger, Silver.
His Silver. Kizuna is Silver. But they mentioned a hero was also in this world. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens so far. But it starts off really fun. There's a lot of like dynamics. The characters are like, the personalities are exaggerated. So there's definitely like tension, there's connections, there's the way they come together, and I'm waiting for them to develop the love interests, because Idra is clearly attracted to Red. Clearly.
And she is hot as fuck. She has a very good set of personalities.
So yeah, but yeah, it's still getting started. So there's not much to say. The plot just started, and now it's gotten even thicker. But the really amazing thing for us specifically is that all of the tropes from Power Rangers, from Super Sentai, from Super Sentai are there, are present, and it's very clear, and it's clear that it's not just, oh, let's add a Power Ranger in here. No. This is an actual Sentai hero that has been in a Sentai. Like, his team would be just another season of Super Sentai.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, and I love the fact that Tokusatsu is getting that attention, because we also had Go-Go Loser Ranger, we had Futo PI. We are getting that kind of attention now. So it's gonna be interesting moving forward. So yeah, we got 2 animes set up for me and Squirrel to talk about every week. It's gonna be a whole mess of fun. We'll even possibly add more as more animes come to light. I definitely want to talk about Kaiju number 8, since it is Kaiju's. It is Tokusatsu, so it is viable for us to talk about it.
I need to actually watch that. That's what I need to watch.
Dude, it is so good, because you watch it.
Funny enough, I read like the first half of the manga.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I definitely want to see it.
Yeah. Dude, it's so good, and that girl is like the one. Like, she is her. If Sung Jin Woo is him, she is her. But yeah, we're what? What? Huh? Okay.
Ooh.
No, Ecliptor is making faces. So yeah, Anime Watch Club is gonna is added to is gonna be a weekly thing for TokuTalk. But I definitely want to give the other two their moment to shine. So in a few minutes, whenever they're ready, we are going to have TokuNexo's book club. Oh, now you're paying attention. Now you're paying attention.
I heard book club.
Oh yeah. Fuck what we're into. It has to be you.
1 sec, just so I can get out of the way, my love. If you're going to put those headphones in, now is the time.
For context, Ecliptor's girlfriend is now reading Fourth Wing. She is on the first book. And they're about to talk about the first book.
They should be okay. They should. I'm gonna turn my Bluetooth off so they don't jump onto my phone. They're JBL. Sorry.
No, you're good. All right, so we are gonna jump into TokuNexo book club. For those of you that for those of you who haven't read Fourth Wing, I don't know where you have been because it is literally all over my fucking FYP. It is all over my FYP, and
it has been for a year or two
and
now.
I am getting, and now I'm getting the ads for that Biscayeth college blanket.
I want that so bad.
I want it so bad. I want it too, but I don't.
I'm gonna see if I can get my sister to make me a hoodie.
I've never done it. I've never done Toku shop, TikTok shop, so I'm gonna do it through Amazon. I did find it on Amazon, so I'm gonna do it there.
If you can send me the link to it on Amazon so I can compare the prices, that's fine. Because I've done TikTok shop and it's been fine.
Okay.
But
yeah. So yeah, we are gonna be talking about Fourth Wing. For those of you that they're gonna start it off. I'm just gonna put in my 2 cents. For those of you that don't know, Fourth Wing or the Empyrean series is a 3-book currently 3 books, already announced for a 4th book.
It's announced that it's going to be a 5-book series.
Oh, they announced 5th? Okay. Well, they already they just announced the 4th. They already said that the 4th book should be coming out next year. But it is about this.
So to correct you there, she actually has gone on record now and said that she doesn't know when the 4th book is going to come out. She refuses to give an actual release date. She wants to write a contemporary book first, then she wants to take the summer and spend it with her kids, and from there move on to doing other things. If she decides to keep writing the books, which she should, and she will.
Yeah. But it is a series about this war-ridden world of slight magic, little bit of magic, but mainly dragons. Dragons seems to be the big thing. It seems to be like a normal world. There's like weapons, there's swords, there's I think there's also guns, if I remember correctly. But the main weapon is the infantry and dragon riders. It focuses over this school called Biscayeth, where children are put through rigorous training and lessons to be assets to the war, assets to the cause. They are there are four sections: the infantry, healers, quadrants. That's what they're called. So there are 4: healers, infantry, scribes, and riders, who are the dragon riders. all of which play their part in the war that
Thank you.
they are in. And the
is
focus, our main character is a frail little girl.
That's
named-
putting it lightly.
fragile, frail little girl named Violet Sorengale, who comes from a military family because her mom is the general. His
Her father was a scribe.
was a scribe. His sister is a dragon rider. She's a lieutenant.
Lieutenant currently, yeah.
Lieutenant. And
Her
his brother
was a writer.
was a writer. Spoiler.
I said was.
No. I know. I'm saying like,
Mhm.
look out, because his brother plays a really cool
That's
part.
more of a spoiler than what I said.
I love him. Anyway, but yeah, so she wants to be a scribe. She wants to be a scribe because she knows that she's frail. She knows that she's fragile. She knows that a slight breeze would break her arm.
Yeah, just moving wrong dislocates her shoulder.
Yeah, it's so funny. But her mother, being the general of not only the military but also the college,
She's the head of the
she
college, yeah.
insists that she be put in the Rider Quadrant, and so she
against Mira, her sister's wishes.
Yeah, but she starts it. She goes through it, and she realize her destiny. Destiny in these books play a funny part. Like, you think that, imagine a frail little girl like that. What do you think is going to happen? And then throw that out the way. So that is kind of the premise. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I'm gonna leave that where it is, and I'm gonna leave it to these two to discuss the first book, Fourth Wing, and possibly next week we'll talk a little bit about Iron Flame. I'm gonna use the restroom, but I'll be back to jump in.
Yeah, I got you. No problem. So I'm gonna take this moment and this opportunity right now to explain that if you have not read Fourth Wing and you are planning on it, one, you should 100%. But if you're planning to, now is your time to step away,
To go away.
turn the video off, skip ahead to the end, little end segment, whatever you need to do, because we're gonna talk spoilers. We're not gonna hold anything back. We're gonna talk freely and openly. That's why I had my girlfriend put headphones on so that hopefully she can't hear me.
You talk too fucking loud.
I mean, I gave you the warning. I told you can leave. Bite me. Anywho.
That's great.
So, I will try to keep my volume down a little bit so that hopefully she can't hear me. But, so, I want to go over the characters, and we have to remember to stick to Fourth Wing only.
I know. Oh, this is gonna be
That's
tricky.
going to be the hardest part. So,
Right.
When it comes to Fourth Wing in particular, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about our main character, right? Let's talk about Violet.
It's Violet. I identify with her so much because I also end up hurting myself without trying.
I do that sometimes. It's not as often as it used to. But I do enjoy the fact that very early on in her time as a writer, like as early as the parapet, she's showing just how intelligent she is. She's showing off. Oh, nice! The scribe training that she's gotten. She got a green sword tail.
Only 5% of
Nice.
like that.
I got a blue dagger tail. But, and like just her being as resourceful as she is throughout, the parapet and showing her kindness and giving Rhiannon one of her boots, right? Just to get across the parapet. Which, funny enough, if you like know how your math and stuff works, and you know how the Imperial system works.
Let's see. Ooh, nail stickers. Sorry.
You realize very quickly that the parapet isn't all that narrow.
Let me have them. I'm still listening, Ecliptor.
You're good. You're good. Because the parapet, they tell you in the book, it's 18 inches wide. So it's a lot wider than you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like there obviously the wind and rain are a factor, especially at that altitude and when when it's raining. But like, it's decidedly not as narrow as most people thought it was.
Yeah. So when I read it, I was like, it sounded like it was maybe.
Oh yeah, it sounded like a balance beam.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. The way they were describing it sounded like a balance beam, but it very much wound up not being the case, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, there's her whole issue with Jack and her, and how she handled the challenges with finding Brennan's book.
Mm-hmm.
How she effectively cheated, but also didn't when it came to the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Was fun. Just throwing the codex back in that rider's face was fun.
That was one of my favorite parts.
Right? And then we get to one of the more fun parts of the book that my girlfriend currently is finishing that little section of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the presentation and threshing, right? The big thing that everyone was excited for when we've heard about it. At least I was.
Yeah.
And seeing a couple of these rider cadets getting just torched, right? Because at least 2 or 3 of them got torched in their time during presentation.
Yeah.
I think there were a handful of deaths during threshing, not counting the ones that Violet dealt with, kind of. But the whole ordeal with Andarna and the whole gold feather tail nonsense was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that leads into my favorite character in the entire book series so far.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'm through 2 books and working through the 3rd, and Taryn is still my favorite character.
Taryn.
I have a thing for the crotchety old, veterans, I guess, because Haymitch was my favorite Hunger Games character. Rip Red is my favorite Underland Chronicles character. And the level of sass that dragon gives Violet throughout the entire series so far, especially through Fourth Wing, fucking unparalleled.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And of course, if we're gonna talk Taryn and whatnot, we gotta talk Zayden and Scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what your thoughts were as far as Zayden when you first met him, because I know that's your book boyfriend.
Yeah. That's fast. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Clearly.
My mom keeps handing me stuff to look at. But yeah, no, Zayden is my book boyfriend. I wholeheartedly hold that, and he will always be my book boyfriend, even though it pisses off some people because they think I shouldn't like him. But anyways,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then there is Dane we can talk about.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I cannot stand him.
Dane is a problem.
He is a whole ass problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Dude, go away. Just don't even come to school. Just get out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Please go to the parapet and jump off.
Oof. There's Imogen and how she was in the first book specifically, right? Not the best character, but easily one of my favorites. I always liked Imogen.
Yeah, I like her sass.
The entirety of the squad that Vi gets put in her first year and that she stays with is just fucking fantastic. Fucking Rhiannon is a riot to be around. So is Riddick. Oh my god, Riddick is fantastic. Sawyer is a decent person. I liked him. But Garrick is one of those characters that you meet and just kind of instantly go, all right, yeah, and like the more you get to know him, the more you're just like, yeah, Garrick's great.
Right?
Love Garrick.
Oh, and Liam.
Liam.
I
Yeah.
love Liam. I was so mad.
Yeah, you and
I'm
me
still
both.
mad.
It was one of those things where like, it was definitely gonna happen. What?
Mm-hmm.
I think the headphones are falling out of her, so she's getting frustrated. Yeah, it was one of those things that like, if it was gonna happen to somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to speak in code at this point.
Yeah, I kind of figured the way you're talking. I'm like, okay.
You know what? Your girlfriend decided to stay in the room.
I understand that, but I also don't want to ruin something like that. Right? Just like I don't want to ruin the big twist at the end. So if you guys want to say it openly, by all means, I will agree wholeheartedly with you. I personally am just not going to ruin that for her because I'm too nice.
Oh no, I'm a person
Dev,
that like
we're nicer than you.
I'm a person that you make a decision. We give you choices. I give you choices and you make your decision. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. But yeah, no, as I've told these guys, Fourth Wing is the Empyrean series, I should say, is a series that I got sucked into way harder than I expected to.
Oh,
and we
same.
haven't even touched Artemis's favorite part.
Not even close. Not even close.
Like I was telling them flat out, like I haven't been sucked this hard into a book series since I was in high school, so almost 11 years ago. And like this book series like sucked me in really well, from the world building, the characters, like the way Rebecca Yarros writes this book. Everything is super, super engrossing. I mean, I've never seen my girlfriend work through a book this quickly. Like, when she reads it.
That. Blue Moon.
Oh, whatever.
Or no, Evermore.
Whatever. I didn't watch
Twilight New Moon?
No.
No.
But
Wrong book, Squirrel.
from there,
I
I think we have to talk about the dark-skinned and tattooed elephant in the room, and the scenes that involve him.
Yes. Oh, my favorites.
I did not expect to enjoy
Smut.
scenes like that in book, like smut at all in books. I genuinely enjoy it in these books. Genuinely.
Oh, the smut in these books is something else. Oh.
And what's funny is like it's really well written just in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you understand exactly what's going on. It paints a very clear image.
Oh, does it ever? I'm like, it's a lot of people in the server's favorite thing to watch me like go through listening to it and then see my reactions. I've learned that. They think it's funny.
Yeah. But
They should see me try to keep it together at work.
the I think What is going on, man?
One is staticky, the other one's fine, but it won't stay in my goddamn ear. So I'm just gonna have to block you out. With how confused I am right now, I don't even care what the fuck he was saying.
Fair enough.
So,
Poor thing. Tell her I said it's okay and I love her.
Artemis says it's okay and she loves you.
they're arguing about her. The two big dragons and the little gold gear dragon are arguing about her. And Terrence
I love
it
it.
to the wing leader, which she thought he meant squad leader, and he said, "You heard what I said." And then she looks over and sees Zayden.
Do I need to get the wing leader? Oh shit!
To give you an idea of where she's at in the books, right? So yeah, so she now fully understands that she was correct in both of her predictions.
Never. So the dragons have to meet over it.
Yep.
What are we doing after this?
Thank you, because I
After book club, what are we doing?
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Wrapping things up and sitting and chit chatting.
Do you need to go anywhere?
I might do something.
You can go ahead.
Okay.
You're good.
I will see
Thank
you
you for joining
guys next time. Let me know when Artemis is about to close, because I want to be here to make fun of her. Or at least I want to watch.
No, don't tell him anything.
You already know Dev's going to tell me.
Dev, please don't.
All right,
Dev.
everyone over at Nexo, I'm signing off. Love you all. Remember,
Choose your words wisely.
it is always, whenever it is pee-pee time, it's never poo-poo time. But whenever it's poo-poo time, it's always pee-pee time.
What was that?
I don't know.
That's just Squirrel being unhinged. Well, one of his levels of
I'm
unhinged.
curious now. I now have the first book on Audible.
Yeah.
So what's the second one?
The second book is called
Iron
Iron
Flame.
Flame.
Okay.
I highly recommend the dramatized versions.
See, he won't care. He'll listen to him while he's at work. And then if you want the third book as well, it's called Onyx Storm.
Ah, dramatized adaptation. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
So with that one, all of the different characters have different voice actors. So it's almost like you're listening. It's almost like a radio play.
But see, the dramatized
I love
adaptation
radio
has
plays.
2 different parts that I would have to buy. So.
Yeah.
Don't you have credits?
Probably not.
Oh shit! Actually, yeah, I have pretty much a stockpile of credits because I haven't used this in a while.
There you go. Use your credits. That's what I did. I got everything on credits.
I would absolutely be getting them on there, but because I still gotta get the first Aragon book on Audible.
Oh, what's Dane gonna say?
What's Dane gonna say? This is what I say to Dane.
See, I could be a smartass and spoil that chapter, but I really don't want
Please
to.
don't do that for her.
So, oh man, see now I really. It's a good thing I know Jay doesn't care about spoilers.
No, because Jen, I'm probably going to end up forgetting. So,
fair enough. The big twists at the end of things, right? What was going through your head? Like I know, right? You've told me, you've told Dev, but for the people's sake, right? What kind of things are going through your head for that?
Wait, with which part exactly are we talking about? Just
When
so
Brennan's alive.
like
That one, and then the Venom.
Oh, when we got to that part, I was like, because I predicted that the Venom were real and everything. So I'm like, why does that book keep coming back up? Why does it keep coming back up? And as soon as they said they were real, I'm like, I knew it. damn
Yeah,
it,
we'll
I
go
knew
check
it.
out
And then
the
when I
episode.
found out Brennan was alive, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then I got
shit
mad
you
at
not.
Ecliptor for not telling me.
I shit you not. When I got to that part, I was I was donating plasma, right? I'm
Mhm.
in the donation center. I read that final chapter, or those final chapters, and I immediately, as soon as I was unhooked, sent Dev a message on Discord in all caps.
You did to him what I do to you, but you just weren't as bad as I am.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like
No one as bad as you.
Hey, be nice.
I wanted to message you at the same time because I was like, holy shit, I really want her to know this, but I didn't want to just send the same message because I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Mhm. Oh, fair.
Yeah, no, I've been I
And then the last one's going to be Onyx.
Onyx
yep.
Storm.
Oh,
Onyx
NYX
Storm.
Storm.
Can we just talk about the smut for a minute?
We did. We talked about
Of course.
I want to talk about it again. Because it's great.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
The
You're not wrong.
detail is just absolutely insane.
Well, what's funny is like there's really only like 2 real scenes of that, right? Throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
There's like
And
some
then
heavy
I thought I
kissing,
was
and
gonna
then-
get. I thought I was gonna get smut at that one part because remember I messaged you because the dragons were doing shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you were just like, "Is that bothering you?" I'm like, "I just don't know what's happening."
Yeah, it was. I was convinced we were going to get that too. I was genuinely convinced that was.
I was just like,
but it was like by at that point, I genuinely looked at this book and I was like, "Will you just stop fucking edging everybody? Jesus fucking Christ!"
right? Oh my heck! It is just so dumb. It like irritates me, but I love it at the same time. But it pisses me off, and then I love it, and then I don't, and then I do, and then I don't, and then I do, and I'm just like, oh, stop messing with my. Ah!
You can say it. Vagina.
Yeah.
You can say it. Stop messing with my vagina.
It's a body part.
No, my feelings.
It's a normal body part.
Yeah.
Dev, I'm aware. It's just that's not what I was gonna say.
No,
Weirdo.
Hey, no. By the time you actually get to chapter 30, that's when you were like, okay, now you're messing with my vagina and we have a problem. And then sweet release.
Yep.
And of course, her goofy self was listening to that while she was at work.
I mean,
yeah.
You can't really blame her.
I can't either. But
what's hilarious is when I start telling stories to a friend of mine and it plays in her headphones at her work.
Oh no. What's going on, babe?
That's great.
No wonder he said wing leader because he's paired with Zaydan's dragon.
They're mated, yeah.
The golden one's their baby, isn't it?
I'm not going to tell you that. You have to keep reading.
No.
Wait, what was the question?
The golden one's their
she was asking
baby.
she was asking if Andarna was the child of Taryn and Scale. No.
All right, close it up.
Yep. All right. Time for us to wrap up the little book club thing
You
here.
still have 5
Okay.
more minutes. You still have 5 more minutes.
So, final thoughts on Fourth Wing in particular.
I love it, and I hate it, and I love it.
Valid. Perfectly valid. I'm going to give my final thoughts in the form of a more spoiler-free review. If you are a fan of the Aragon books, if you are a fan of Divergent, if you are a fan of Hunger Games, any of those like dystopian fantasy like YA novels, and you're getting to that point where you're feeling like those might be a little too young for you anymore, Fourth Wing is a really good jumping off point to get into more adult romances.
My God.
And it's a wonderfully written world, a wonderfully created world.
Oh, it's
Definitely
awesome.
worth diving into. I am adamant that at some point in my life I'm going to get a dragon relic tattoo. It's gonna happen. I might save up and make that my next tattoo. But from there,
Whose are you gonna
that's
get?
my final thoughts on that. I'm gonna get the blue dagger tail that I got for my test. So
Nice.
Blue Morning Star.
Oh, you guys are closing, huh?
we're just about to, yeah. We're gonna have our close out.
Why do you?
How did you know, Squirrel?
He was probably watching the stream.
It's like you messaged him.
I had a sixth sense, you know? My spider senses were tingling.
Yeah, his spider senses were tingling because he can just tell when I'm getting anxious.
Yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm Peter Parker.
Either
All right,
part.
close stream.
All right, let me
I'm
send
Pedro
her the
Porter.
let me send her the information she needs, and then
Is that chocolate milk? What is that drink you have right there, good sir?
Oh, I have no fucking idea, honestly.
You should take a sip and tell me what it is.
I've been drinking. This is like the third glass. It's some sort of freaking tea my sister put together.
Okay. For a split second, I thought it was like wine or something.
No, that was
I
last.
thought it was too.
Yeah, it almost looks like a white wine or like a rosé, like a strawberry.
Yeah,
like
Come on, Artemis.
no,
That
I'm
was-
giving her the
Wait.
information. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Literal.
Funny
Y'all
thing,
like to
is
pick on
actually
me like
look
this.
the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all we're able to do.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's all we're able to do next week. But yeah, to close out the podcast part, I do want to thank Ecliptor for joining us. I want to thank Squirrel for rejoining us. I want to thank Artemis for sort of being there. And I'm
I only like zoned out at one part. Leave me alone.
yeah. And I want to thank RedWolf for hanging out with us. Hopefully he'll be able to participate. We'll think of some stuff for you to jump into. Yeah.
We'll get him on the watch club.
Yeah.
He's already jumping in on the book club, so.
Oh yeah, you're getting the books, Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Which means
You're up
you.
next. I'm getting all of my friends into it. It's happening.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
It's just totally a
It's a really good book. It's a really good book.
I'll
It's a
get it
really
for
good
you.
book. All right. So that is the only thing we're able to do next week. So, floor is yours.
Okay. Don't make fun of me.
No.
No, Squirrel said he would.
Oh,
Um,
I'll
and
mute him.
I don't want him to.
I'll mute him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll stay quiet. I'll stay quiet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
mute
believe you.
myself.
Okay.
Just watch as I go to actually do something. He's gonna unmute. Anyways, okay. Thank you everybody who has came to the stream. Thank you for the stream. Shut up, Squirrel. Thank you for the stream. Thanks for being at the stream. And we will see you next time. And we have our next Morphin Monday session next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And that'll be session 3. So come check it out. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. She'll do better.
Bye. Well,
We'll get there. We gotcha.
she'll get there. She'll get there. Yeah, look at her. Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay!